Hello everybody! Welcome back to another episode of Cloak and Stagger Plays D&D. My name is JD, and we are joined tonight, as always, by our fearless adventurers delving into the horrors of the island of Chult. Thanks to everyone who joined us last episode, and to those who are new with us tonight. Wanted to take a moment, since it's been a couple weeks, and give a shout out to the new followers we've gotten since then. So we've got a few I'll go through here. We've got Nerdforge, Stevo9533, Kawami ZX, Primus889, hi Jason, Elvin T, Nick50, and Notan, hi Nathan. Thank you all for the support. We really appreciate it. Also, apologies for the previous stream. It was marred with technical issues, but we should have that all straightened out now. At least I hope we do. So if there is something, hopefully somebody will let me know in the chat. That would be greatly appreciated. If you're joining us for the first time this week, we hope you enjoy. We certainly have a good time playing. We play every Saturday, normally at 8 Central Time. If you like what you see, give us a follow. We always appreciate that. We'll also have all of our D&D streams up on YouTube the following Monday for anyone who wants to catch up with us later in the week. Now that that's out of the way, we begin each week with a recap from the previous session. Who wants to give this week's recap?
I know you love giving recaps. You can't pretend. You cannot pretend. You can't.
I did it last week.
I don't. Do you want to do the recap? There you go.
Not really. Brad saw the ceiling and the ground, I think.
and a couple more things, probably.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. A lot of goofiness with your unconscious, paralyzed body. Yeah.
And spiders.
Yeah.
And spiders.
Does anybody? Everybody's looking at Luna right now.
I did it last week, though.
We didn't play last week, so you just did it to yourself.
2 weeks ago I did it.
I mean, it's not a punishment. You actually get a reward for doing it. I've never seen a group of people so opposed to rewards.
Well, I could try to do it.
Okay.
If I recall correctly, there was some big, juicy, ugly, disgusting, giant, yellowish worm doohickeys on the ceiling where we were in we were on a track on a mine cart. It was one of them little old school push carts, and we were going down a tunnel for ages. But yeah, once we stopped for a moment after trucking over some kobolds, this giant worm thing stuck Mr. Brad here, to which he froze up and went paralyzed for fucking ever. And one of our other people kept messing with him a lot. We kept going down the tunnel. We got ambushed by some spiders and we tried to take a rest. That sucked. But they almost got someone repeatedly. Yeah, you, I think. Yeah, they almost got you like 3 times.
I couldn't do anything about it.
We got past those and we kept going, and it turns out there were a ton of rocks blocking the way proceeding forward. I thought I'd get out my pick and start getting to it, but it turns out if I would have just looked left, there was another passage we could have taken. So once one of us found that, I think Patron actually, or maybe it was Lucan. Either way.
It was Lucan.
It was Lucan, okay.
I found it.
We went down this passage that went actually further down under where we already were, and opened up to this massive chasm that had a pretty waterfall that was sparkling, so there's probably some goods in there we gotta go check out. But we had to go left. We had no choice. We had to hang a left first.
Always left.
So we went left, which was towards this room with all this abandoned, broken barrels and boxes and debris. And I'm not sure why, but you went first. I don't remember why.
I was the bravest.
She was the bravest, so she went first. Mm-hmm. And now she's in a little bit of trouble because of it.
That's pretty good. You get inspiration tonight. If you don't use it, you lose it.
I will absolutely use it.
And that will actually remind me to say we are down a player tonight. We had Lucan have some issues at the house because of the rain, so that's no fun. It's been flooding here, so that's no good. So hopefully everything's good with him and his home. Hopefully he will be back here next week. So for tonight, our fearless sorcerer over here will also be attempting to play Lucan. So James, if you're watching,
Sorry.
Good luck. Okay, so yes, just to fill in where you I'm just going to kind of fill in the last area to give everybody a little fresh reminder of exactly where we are. As Sigor said, you did find the cavern. You went down about 60 feet into the depths of this cavern. You walked out where there was a semi-well-lit cavern that was had a waterfall that came down and spilled into this pool that was almost kind of illuminated by different lichens and kind of cave flora and things like that. There were some kind of colorful rocks there as well. There was a pair of wooden doors off to the east. There was one on the left and one on the right. The party decided to check the one on the left, which is always left. And once they looked inside, it was a room filled with decrepit crates, barrels, rotted food, all kinds of stuff. The floor was slippery and wet, and as Luna stepped into this room, this seemingly harmless puddle actually rose up and sort of formed into some sort of creature that then grabbed her by the leg. And it looks a little something like this at the moment. And I will put this up on the screen for everybody at home to see. Not the most pleasant thing. Also, Brad has been paralyzed by some sort of poison he was injected with.
Yay.
He's literally been being dragged by Patron. You have a few bumps and bruises, but you were fully aware of everything that happened while you were, well, you're still paralyzed,
Yeah.
but...
At least it did leave
Fully
somewhere.
aware.
At least it did leave somewhere.
Okay, so actually with that, we're gonna jump right into it. I need everybody to go ahead and roll initiative.
I did save you a couple
Start
times,
off.
so
Yeah.
I did save you a couple
Not
times.
so much.
Do I
That's a
deserve-
surprise. That's a surprise right there.
No, I couldn't.
Did
Luke rolled fine.
Okay, 25 to 20.
20.
22.
Hang on, I don't know what a
Dang.
fire is.
Hot rolls.
19 to 15.
15.
16.
I'm not gonna be able to
It's
take
gonna
it
take some
serious.
getting used to.
I'm not gonna be able to
That's
take it
actually
serious.
a great impression, though. So Lucan and then Brad. 14 to 10. Wait, that's all.
That's
wait,
not
no,
everyone.
What'd you roll?
Rolled a 3. So it's a 4.
Okay.
I'm really surprised.
Alrighty, so since you were caught off guard, whatever this creature is, has basically now kind of wrapped itself around your kind of ankle, and you're having a hard time
Perfect.
kind of moving around with it. You are going to actually take 8 acid damage, and you kind of smell this kind of corrosive burning smell in your nostrils. Sigor, you are up first, and actually this is actually a little introduction to our new Dwarven Forge miniature terrain. If you guys haven't seen this before, this is actually probably the smallest little thing that we have in store, but we decided we wanted to actually build our encounters rather than just draw them out. It's more fun that way. So, Sigor, what do you do?
I don't know, man. I don't know how to deal with liquid men. So, having never seen something like this before and seeing it start slinking up her leg or grabbing onto her, is it having like a little head and a little other hand poking out of the ground still?
It's basically almost amorphous, like it just is constantly shifting and moving.
So if I were to
and
shoot at it,
writhing.
there's a good chance I could just shoot her.
Well, it's a pretty big puddle on the floor, so you could fairly easily. I mean, you are 10 feet away from it, so you could pretty easily probably hit it and not worry about hitting her.
Okay. Okay.
You also are right inside the door, so you can sidestep around as well.
Oh, that's right. That's a good idea. Well, in that case, I'm going to move around just a tidbit over to the side here.
Okay.
So I'm going to line up nice, clean shot. And I'm going to sharpshoot. Actually, I'm gonna try something different. Before I did that force thing, it made my arrow a little more impactful.
Yeah.
I'm gonna draw on that energy, and I'm gonna use that.
Okay.
We'll call it Planar Warrior from now on.
Okay.
So I'm gonna use Planar Warrior on this guy, which is a bonus action. I choose him. Whenever I deal damage to him, it deals 1d8 more force damage if I hit him.
Fantastic.
So I'm taking a shot, and that is gonna be a 19.
That hits.
Yeah. So let me catch up with myself for a second here. So I need to do that. So that's going to be 8 plus, so it'll be 12. So that'll be 22 force damage on that shot.
Okay, fantastic.
And then I'm going to follow up with just another hasty, just normal shot.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, I can do that. Okay, which is going to be a lot. It's like 22.
That hits.
And that'll do 10 piercing damage.
Fantastic. So you line up this shot again, and you start to think back and focus. What the hell did I do that caused that arrow to just light up like energy? And when you let loose that arrow, as it goes streaking through the sky again, it's almost like the wooden arrow transforms into an arrow made of pure teal energy, and it streaks through the sky. And instead of just piercing into it, it just hits it with a force, and you see the whole puddle almost shimmer like throwing a rock into a pond. Just whoa, 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 whoa.
That is awesome.
And you can see for sure that it had to have do some damage. You follow up with another arrow, and when it hits, it does actually kind of stick into it, and it probably damaged it. But as the arrow's sticking into it, you see it almost absorb it, and as it's absorbing it, it just like corrodes and like basically just destroys the arrow as it just disappears into its body.
I don't think I want to get that on my sword.
I appreciate the knowledge. I will use this.
Does that end your turn?
That is, yes.
Okay.
It does.
Patron, you are just outside the room, and you hear this kind of commotion happen as probably a couple of barrels or crates kind of crash or get knocked over in this scuffle.
Okay. I want to run in and go around Luna to the side closest to you.
So 5.
Think about if you want. Oh, you got it?
15.
Nope.
About right?
Nope.
Oh, like
yep.
right there?
One more. Yep. There.
Okay.
And then I want to cast Dragon Breath where it won't hit Luna. So 15-foot cone.
Okay. What is
And
it?
needs
Do I
to
need to
make
make a save?
A dex save on a 13, I want to say.
Okay.
Yeah, dex.
It failed.
Oh, good. So that is 12 fire damage.
Okay. And when you breathe that fire on it, you see it kind of shrivel up, and it kind of almost unwraps off of Luna's ankle and kind of shrivels back, but then starts to expand again. And that was how much damage?
12.
12, okay.
And I'm gonna do bonus action and cast Shield of Faith on myself. Yeah. Yeah.
What does Shield of Faith do?
I gain 2 AC.
Okay. Beautiful, beautiful. I think I finally got the microphone sounding good. If you all see me periodically putting the cans on, that's what I'm doing, making sure that we don't have more technical difficulties like we did last time. So, okay. Does that end your turn?
Yes.
Lucan.
Hello.
Hi.
Does this thing look like it's made of water?
It does not look like it's made of water.
Okay.
It looks very goopy and very almost like Jello, very gelatinous.
Do you want to move into the room?
And it is pure, just dark and black.
Yeah.
Brad, you are actually still. Did you drag Brad in with you?
I think I did. I'm trying to remember. So I guess he's pretty much in the room. No, I didn't.
Okay,
So he's standing
Brad,
right outside
you're
still.
laying right outside this wooden door.
Okay.
Which
Could have just thrown you in there.
this is essentially the layout of the area you're in right now. So basically, you guys came down that staircase, took So there's the one door on the right and then the door on the left, and you're kind of in this secondary room here right now. Or that's where they are. You're laying in
Right
this
in that
previous room full of
This
trash.
is hard. Didn't listen.
I'd like to cast Sacred Flame.
Okay.
Hang on.
I don't know why I did Lucan's voice, but I did.
I don't know.
Everyone's Lucan tonight.
18 to hit.
That hits.
So low.
Okay. Seven radiant damage.
Fantastic. So Lucan, you walk in the room and kind of it's this pitch dark room outside of just the minor torchlight and magical light that you guys have. And as you reach up towards the heaven, this pillar of golden flame just comes down and strikes at this thing, and you see it shimmer some more.
I needed to make a dexterity saving throw.
Let's see.
It's been a while since I've done this. I'm here.
Is a 15 enough to? Well, you said dexterity. 12 then.
16. It still failed.
Okay.
Fine.
All right. So we took damage. You said it was how much damage? 7.
7.
Okay.
Hey, Ladybug.
Okay. Does that end your turn, Lucan?
Let me see if anything else happens. That's it.
Okay. Brad, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
And you got 4.
Okay. So you actually find it. You still can't move. You're still stiff as a board, but you're able to kind of breathe a little bit more now. Like before, you could just take very shallow breaths, almost like you were like suffocating, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And don't you bump that microphone, Ladybug. Ladybug, go lay down. All right. But you can now kind of draw more breath, enough actually to make, you can't quite move your mouth, but you can make noises.
Oh, I'm gonna let out.
Okay.
That's it.
Lucan and Luna, make a perception check for me.
Okay.
Or, yeah, Lucan and Luna, yeah.
Looking so much better than I am. Well, Luna rolls, you said perception?
Yes.
Luna rolled a 12.
Okay.
And Lucan, aka Redrin, rolled. She's so good. A 17.
Okay. So, Lucan hears him start to.
Is he waking up now?
It just kind of turns around, slowly hears it. That will bring us to Luna's turn. You didn't quite roll high enough to hear it because you're sort of distracted by this ooze in front of you.
Okay. I would like to cast Scorching Ray at it.
Okay.
Let me use.
And is that that's a spell attack, correct?
Uh-huh.
Okay. I don't remember if there is. I think there is. I think that's with disadvantage if you're within 5 feet.
It just says that I create 3 rays of fire and roll them at targets within range. I can roll them at one target or several. Doesn't say anything about disadvantage. If it has disadvantage, then I'll change my spell.
What saith the DM?
So the official rule is any ranged attack, whether it's spell or a bow or something like that, if you're within 5 feet, it is disadvantage.
Well, I take it back then. I'll do Burning Hands instead.
Okay.
It has to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Okay. It failed.
Perfect. Gotta get some old D6s out.
Burn him. And push him off at the same time, which is kind of like a.
5.
It does 5 damage?
Two ones. That's fine. Everything's fine.
Does it
Okay,
reel and
so-
horror with the flames?
So you put your hands together and let out this burst of flames from your fingertips, and it engulfs this thing in flame, and you see it kind of writhe around some more. The other thing you notice is that the flame shoots further and actually into all these barrels and crates, and actually now has set about half of those barrels and crates
Perfect.
on fire.
We're all gonna die. Thanks, Luna.
Does that end your turn?
Yep.
Okay. So.
Is it still attached to me? Let me see.
No.
Okay, I want to take a step away then.
Okay.
Sorry.
Which way?
To the right, to the right, to the right, to the right.
More?
More.
It's gonna. It's gonna.
Okay.
I just don't want to be right up on it anymore.
Luna, you are going to take.
More acid damage. 7. 2. That's a lot of rolling.
You are going to take 26 damage. You take 6 bludgeoning, and the rest is acid damage as this thing lashes out at you as you try to step away. Let's see here.
Lucan, I'm hurt.
When after it has reached out and hit you, you notice that where it hits you, your armor is burning and kind of almost dissolving, and you lose 1 AC to your armor.
Damn.
Everything's terrible.
Okay, let's see. So now it is its turn. Since she ran away, it's going to turn and attack you. But I think that's going to miss. That's just, that's an 11. So as it reaches, it kind of basically kind of pulls up and goes to like slam down on you pretty much. But you manage to just completely, after seeing what it did to her armor, you dodge out of the way, and it just falls flat there on the ground. Sigor.
I will shift slightly to the side since a big tall man ran right in front of me. And I will take out a laser beam from my quiver
Okay.
and fire it at this thing with sharpshooter.
Okay.
Oh, dude, that's a for sure hit. 24.
That hits.
All right. That is going to be on 6. It's going to be 20 force damage,
All right.
and I am running rather low on arrows, so I'm not sure if I want to fire another one. Unless it's super powerful.
So that was another force arrow? Mm-hmm. Okay, so same thing. You concentrate on it, streaks through the air with energy, hits it with force, and you just see this thing ripple back and then kind of slowly ooze back into its original form.
Does it look, as much as I can identify puddles, does this puddle look like deterred
It
at
is
all?
impossible to tell.
Okay.
But the fire in the middle of the room is spreading a little bit.
Do I see it like slightly moving towards it, just looking back and forth?
No, it's so the fire kind of started on this side and it's moving further that way.
I'll chill. I guess I'll just chill.
Okay. Patron.
Seeing what it did to her armor, I'm going to take the dagger out and try and attack it with the dagger first.
Okay.
And that's going to be a 16 to hit.
That hits.
Oh, good.
What type of damage is that?
This is just piercing.
Okay.
But I'm going to do Divine Smite as a first level too.
Okay.
'Cause I don't trust it.
Dagger Paladin.
That's... Ooh.
Holy weapon
So
of
that
assassins.
is 8 piercing and 12 holy.
Nice.
Or radiant, sorry, not holy. Same thing. And then I'm going to do the same thing again.
Okay.
My dagger didn't melt. 16 again. Same. It's essentially the same thing again. So we'll do 9 piercing and 8 radiant
Okay.
for the second one.
So your dagger just lights up with kind of holy energy, and that's just a standard dagger, yeah. Okay, and you just stab into this thing twice, and you see when you stab into it, it kind of bubbles and boils when you're doing it, almost from like the holy energy just burning into it. You are going, though, as you stab, it's kind of splattering out a bit, and some of it actually does splatter onto you, and you take 7 acid damage, and your weapon has now taken a -1 penalty to damage done. As you pull it back and look at it, it's kind of melted a little bit.
It's a 1d3 dagger.
Thank God I used the dagger.
Okay, so
Is that 1 point of damage for like the bonus damage or for the roll?
that is
Would it be
like
1d3
bonus.
or
Yeah,
plus
your bonus
is that plus
damage,
one?
essentially, yeah. Okay, that will bring us. Does that end your turn?
Yeah.
Lucan.
Hello. I would like to cast.
Man, this is about to be so powerful.
I'd like to cast Cure Wounds.
Well, I need to go around actually. I need to step over to Luna and tap her shoulder.
Yeah.
Tap, tap. Hey Luna, it's okay.
I say as I do.
It's okay.
And I cast as a 2nd level spell, Cure Wounds.
Okay.
So it's gonna be 2d8.
So that's 9, and then plus all of my modifiers, which are a bunch. So plus 16, because it's plus my spellcast ability, right? Red Rune was great, y'all. Red Runes was 8, so plus 16 since it's 2nd level. So we are at 16 plus 25 already, and then I get to add 2 plus 2.
Let this be a testament, ladies and gentlemen. Play D&D, you'll learn math.
Right. I want to say 2. Well, okay.
What you
Cure me
calculating over there?
I cure me for 29.
Okay. You cure me.
I mean,
Luna, I cured you for 29.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
and then I want to see, is that a bonus action? No, okay. That's all I got.
Okay. Brad, make a Constitution saving throw.
Better than the last one, please.
I'll try.
Wake up, Brad.
13.
Okay. So now you actually gain full motor function of your face,
Okay.
and both of your arms,
Okay.
and one of your legs.
Both
Okay, I'm gonna.
We did animation of
so
this.
I'm assuming you stand
Can
up.
I use an action to try to get myself to stand up?
That'd be just half of your movement to stand up.
All right.
5.
But yes,
I'm just gonna stand up
Okay.
So do I need
and
some-
eyeball patron. Just eyeball.
Yeah, you can just see him through the door.
Oh, and
Yeah.
I'm gazing.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna
I'll
sit
move
there
you
and
up like
gaze.
right into the doorway.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gazing.
Luna did gain back 6 of those points, but I fixed it.
Oh.
Does he like drag himself in there? I'm looking right at the doorway.
Yeah, so he's got use of everything except one leg. So he kind of hopped in.
I'm assuming I'm like
Yeah, he kind of
dragging
dragged
the last one with me, kind of thing.
Holy shit, Brad! You all right?
I'm not just focused concentration. Just nothing's breaking concentration. And I'm gonna end my turn.
Okay. Luna.
Well, feeling refreshed, feeling ready. This is difficult because how bad is the fire looking?
It's basically engulfed that full middle area of boxes and barrels.
It's just the middle though, not the whole.
Yeah, I mean, there's really not a whole lot for it to spread to unless it just gets really out of control.
Well, in that case, am I still technically in where I would do Scorching Ray? That it would be.
Nope, you would. It would not be. You would have a regular attack with that.
I want to do Scorching Ray then.
Okay.
First roll is a 22.
That hits.
Second roll is a even better.
Okay, that hits too.
Third roll is a 23. Those are all really good. Man.
Rolling hot.
Really. Two. First one is 5. And then 4, so 9. Okay. 17.
That's good. Damage.
17 fire damage.
Okay. So you blast this thing. Was that all 3? Okay, yeah. So you blast this thing 3 times as fire globes just ignite in your hand one after another, and you just, these beams of just red hot fire just pierce into it, and when it hits it with such force that it pretty much burns a hole through it, and you can see the stone floor for just a second, and then it just oozes and seeps back together again.
Jerk.
With each blast, you kind of see that. Does that end your turn?
Maybe I should just fireball it and it'll just have to evaporate. Okay, I'm done.
Okay. So this black ooze is kind of just bubbling and just morphing and just ever changing, and you see it for a second get smaller and smaller and smaller. And you notice, everyone except Brad notices, because you're just locked on, that it seeps down into a crack in the ground. A crack no bigger than that wide. And a few moments later, actually I don't think any of you would see this. Oh, no. It comes back out of another crack right here, and it is going to make a slam attack against you, Sigor, with advantage. That is going to be a 17 to hit.
That most likely hits. I'm going to go ahead and say yes, it does.
Okay. So you take 5 bludgeoning damage. And an additional 21 acid damage, and your cloak is kind of dissolved a bit, and you take a -1 to AC.
Yikes.
And then you see it move up on top of one of the barrels, and it's just kind of coating a barrel at the moment. That is going to end its turn, and it brings us to you, Sigor.
I am going to... I'll just fire. I'll use my bonus action to go ahead and line up some Planted Warrior action on it again.
Okay.
Fire off another really, really strong arrow. And I will sharpshooter it as well.
Okay.
15 to hit?
That hits.
Yes. That's gonna be 21 force damage.
Okay. You let loose another arrow, and it hits into this creature so hard. Again, you see, just for a moment, it basically blow a hole through it, and it hits it with such force that it shatters the barrel that this thing is sitting on, and it just falls into a puddle, a little pile of black sludge on the floor.
Now I'm going to then turn. As soon as I see it fall on 5, 10, 24, run around these flaming barrels and stuff and
Okay.
cut down.
Cool.
I'm good.
All right. That brings us to Patron.
I'm going to take a step closer to it and then attack it with the daggers again.
Okay.
First one's a 19.
That
Second
hits.
one's a 25.
They both hit.
And then Divine Smite on both of them too. So
Okay.
that's 17 piercing and 7, 11, 16, 23 radiant.
Okay. So, as you stab into this thing 2 more times, the holy light and just the radiant fire from your daggers just completely obliterates this, and the ooze starts to evaporate and evaporate and evaporate. Although during the stabbing, it did splash onto you again, and you take 11 points of acid damage. And when you pull your dagger back, all that's left is a hilt.
No, that's fine. That's why I used my dagger.
And the ooze seems to be eliminated. We're no longer in initiative.
R.I.P. my dagger.
How's that fire looking?
Still contained to this
It's
middle
okay.
area here.
It's okay. I can fix it.
It's not like fizzling out at all, burning up the stuff, or is it like?
Yeah. In some areas that where because a lot of this stuff was rotted, so it's just kind of turned into just black ash. So yes, the area is getting smaller, but the fire where there is still larger clumps of stuff is still burning, but it doesn't seem to be spreading.
Lucan, save your spell. I can just get it with the jug.
Okay.
And I take my jug over and I just empty water out over it.
Okay. You managed to. How much water is in the jug?
Got a lot of stuff going on over here.
I know. Welcome to my world.
Water.
Also, I forgot to record again. When we
8
started.
gallons.
Yeah, I'm recording now. Huh?
8 gallons.
Okay, you do actually have enough to manage to put the remainder of the fire out.
Is everyone all right?
I'm feeling better now.
Where's Brad with his limbs?
You still only have one leg at the moment.
You finally woken up, Brad. It's good to see you again.
Don't hear it. I love hearing it.
I want to turn around and look at Barrett and be like, hey, the freeloader's back. Now I don't have to drag you around anymore.
I'm snarling at this point. I'm going to slowly make my way towards you, hoping that my other leg comes back soon.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
There we go. 17.
Okay, so as you're dragging your bagged leg along, you start to feel it tingling, almost like your foot's asleep. And then after about 5 or 6 more steps, you get enough feeling back in your leg that you are able to move.
Okay, so I'm going to run up to Patron and kick him in the shin
Make an attack roll.
as hard as I can.
Good luck.
And
kinda high right
add your strength modifier.
My AC's kind of high right now, so.
8.
Okay, so you come up and you kick him right in one of his leg plates, and you basically just stub the shit out of your toe.
I'm going to kick him back.
Make an attack roll.
I wanna
be praying right now.
Okay, roll a d4 and add your. How hard are you wanting to kick him?
Just kind of like,
All right, just roll a d4.
1.
Okay, you take 1 damage.
What was that for?
I'm praying.
Could have left you behind.
You could have picked me up.
Could have left you behind.
one bottle down, everybody.
We get lit here at Cloak.
I
and
saved you
Stagger.
from the spiders.
It doesn't matter what you did. You could have picked me up.
Yeah.
He seems.
I'm not happy.
upset.
It's okay.
What are you guys arguing? It's fine. It's fine.
I'm gonna just become a mute at the moment, and I'm gonna eat my rations. All,
So
all
you just
5 of them.
plop
Because,
down.
yes, I'm hungry and I'm mad. I'm
Okay.
gonna eat all 5 of my rations right in front of me.
Okay, you do just that. It'll take probably about 10 minutes for that. So if anybody wants to do anything within 10 minutes in this room.
Seeing Brad this upset, I'll just look at him and say, Brad, you look rather not your normal self at the moment.
You could have told them to pick me up too.
Now, while I agree that Patron's behavior has been a teeny bit douchish to you, I will say that he did risk his life to save yours when spiders tried to take you.
As much as I appreciate not being spider food, it wouldn't have been an issue if I was just picked up and not dragged down some stairs.
Well,
As you say that, you can feel like the throbbing on the back of your head.
I was dragging him by the head.
Get dragon bait.
Oh, that's right.
It was his legs.
Yeah, on the back of your ankles. Then it's just like hurts to walk.
I'm rubbing them as well.
Yeah.
What did we do with Dragon?
Massaging them.
Dragon bait's out in the hallway.
Oh,
He's just Dragon Bait's body's still back there.
we've got to do something about the depression we're bringing with us.
So
Oh, we had that talk already, didn't we? Never mind. I remember now. I want to examine my armor. Does it look like this is like slightly ruined now, just permanently?
It doesn't look good right now. It's like there's a hole in it.
Okay.
Can
So
I
is-
mend it?
Is there anything left on my
Would
dagger?
mending fix it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, would mending would fix it?
Yeah.
Hang on while I finish praying, and then I can mend it. I don't know if Logan can actually do that, but it's happening tonight.
Well, excellent. I'll wait patiently.
Is there anything left of the dagger?
Just
Or is it
like the hilts, pretty
is it
much.
shiny at all?
Not really.
Are we determined there's nothing in this room worth a crap, right?
Yeah, I mean, so just as
think we looked around
another
really.
description, so this chamber that you're in has about a 10-foot ceiling. It's filled with what appears to be rotten food, barrels of salted meat that have gone bad. There's sacks of flour and grain covered in mold, like reddish, kind of like this color reddish mold. And you kind of get the whiff of vinegar, like cider that's gone bad.
Pungent now since the pungent
Yeah.
is burning.
Yeah, exactly. And then there looks like there's. So now that we're fully in this room, I'll uncover it here. It looks as though there is another set of doors to the east.
Full on doors.
Just openings.
Can I just look to my right and look through the opening?
Yeah. You just look in there. You can't see very far because it's still very dark. But especially now that the big fire is out, but it looks like more of the same.
Has it been 10 minutes?
I'll walk near Luke and just kind of stand there for a moment
Not quite.
and just wait for him to do his voodoo.
Okay. Well, in that case, yeah, it's been 10 minutes.
Perfect.
And you finish stuffing your face.
Okay. I'm acting like a pouting child. Just kicking rocks, looking down,
Yeah.
like
like drawing things in the dirt.
Well,
Yeah.
it's just like it's a stick figure of Patron,
That's really not
like with his
bad.
head cut off, kind of thing. Like mumbling things under my breath about him.
Yeah, probably in Goblin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Can you understand Goblin?
Because I'm a
I
healer.
don't know, can
It should say on your sheet at the very bottom left.
I? It does, but can I?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know if you were asking me as the DM or
No.
not. Lady.
Oh, what was
That's our
that?
dog.
Yeah, that's the ferocious. What's the three-headed dog in Harry Potter?
I don't
Does
know. Harry
anybody
Potter.
know?
I know Cerberus, but I don't know.
Fluffy.
Harry Potter.
But what's it called? Is it a Cerberus? Is that what it's called?
His name's Fluffy. I don't know.
Whatever. If you know it in the chat, let us know what it is. It's a three-headed mythical dog creature. That's what our dog is, except it's scared of everything
And only has one head.
and only has one head instead of three. Okay. So 10 minutes pass. You all finish that. You finish that. You're still pouting, but yet you remain still in this same room.
Everyone heals for 15.
Yeah.
And any armor penalties that you took still remain unless you were mended by Lucan.
I want to hold out part of my overcoat towards Lucan. Do you mind?
I don't mind at all.
Mending.
So you place your hands, Lucan, on
There, I got
the
it.
tattered area, and slowly but surely it kind of weaves itself back together.
Yes.
And you can see a little bit of evidence there that maybe something wore it down, but you do gain your AC back.
Did mending fix my dagger?
No, there's really not
I
enough
can't
left of it to.
recreate
No.
Can't really make something out
It's
of
gonna
nothing.
fix
My dagger.
Luna's -1 AC to her thing. Cause
Okay.
Here, Luna. I got that.
Okay, Lucan. Thank you.
Okay.
While you're doing that, I guess I'm going to scout slightly ahead in a sneaky manner as I crouch down.
Okay.
And I want to kind of stealth the doorway and just peek in.
Okay. When you get to the doorway, you still see more of the same. You see a few pathways going through all of this garbage and rubble and rotted food. This looks like some large storeroom. Make a perception check for me, though.
23.
Okay. One thing you do notice is that on a few of the crates and barrels, there are. It's very smudged out and worn, so you can't really make out what it says exactly, but it's written in Dwarvish.
Do those crates look intact, or do they look also like garbage?
They're all just completely rotted. This stuff has been sitting back here for who knows how long.
Oh, can anyone read Dwarvish?
I can.
Where's this box? Is it in the room I'm in, or is it in the next
Yeah,
room?
well, I mean, you see it on a few of them, but they're all just so worn. You could maybe make out some of it if you knew Dwarvish, yeah.
Let's point to
I
one of
know.
them.
What does that say?
So looking at one, the best you can tell is that it reads like ration. Another one will read like meat. Another one you think says something like you said, like potatoes.
Huh, this one says rations. I wonder if they're any good.
I wouldn't eat anything out of here.
When you point to it and say that, it actually just kind of crumbles in on itself a little bit more.
Well, that's depressing. Guess not.
And as you walk around the room, it ends up circling around in on itself. So these rooms just seem just like they were meant to just be some sort of massive cache or massive storeroom of some sort.
I wonder if we're just gonna be stuck down here. Doesn't look like anyone's been in here in like decades.
I don't see a reason to proceed into this area. Does anyone want to check out storeroom number 2 that probably has more goo?
Can
No.
we just like peek our head over
Yeah.
and like, can I see anything? Like, do I have to go?
Where are you peeking?
Storeroom number 2.
If you want to see something more unique, we probably have to actually go inside. Otherwise, it just looks like what we're in right now.
I mean, it's up to you. I didn't like the goo too much myself.
Yeah, I didn't like Patron either.
There we go. Yeah, so these rooms are all pretty much enclosed. It seems now as though you've hit a dead end.
Oh,
Alright, so Can I just stealth through to the center back of this new room just to kind of look around and see if there's just anything in this muck or rubble?
Sure.
And now I'm intently looking for goo and liquids I step upon.
Yeah, so you don't see any more wet spots on the ground, or at least no wet spots that resemble what you saw before. But you find absolutely nothing of any value or use.
Okay.
this is garbage.
I'll just crouch back and I'll just make this motion to everybody.
Wrap it up.
To the chasm!
Okay.
I go
so
to
what do we do?
exit.
You turn around to leave?
I'm gonna follow him away from Patron,
Okay, you're like keeping your distance?
keeping my distance. So if Patron's on one side of him, I'm gonna stand on the other and like try to block.
I'm gonna be right behind Brad.
Like annoyingly close. Okay. Okay, so you file your way back through room number 2, through room number 1, and you find yourself exiting through the door back into the main cavern. And now here, looking around, Brad, you can see now, probably decently for the first time, this waterfall that's kind of rushing down through a crevice high up in this cavern. This cavern ceiling actually goes very, very high. It's a large cavern. The pool, the little lake or pool that it feeds down into, kind of has an iridescent glow to it that's kind of giving off a decent amount of light, and kind of a night light more than anything else. But the water, the speed of the water that actually is rushing down to the south is very, very quick and rushed, though.
Huh.
I'll take one depressing glance down at Dragon Bay as I'm walking past him. head deeper into the chasm. I'm just kind of looking back around. You said it looked like the river was glowing.
The pool is. So it's like the waterfall kind of comes down into this pool that's it's probably about like 40 feet wide by about another 25 feet tall, and it's hard to tell how deep it actually is.
Do those glows seem unnatural? Or is that like
No, they seem like probably just some iridescent fauna.
Did you guys want to try this other door?
What are the door?
There were 2 doors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's another door on the right.
So
I look around the chasm. Wait, what?
Right next to the other one. Right where we just came from. Right there.
I'll think for a second, and having walked out that door and realizing that was immediately to my left, I look kind of panicked. I can't believe we didn't check that. No, I hastily walk towards it, like with no alertness at all.
Okay, you go up to it. There's a just like one of those ring knobs or rings.
I'll just grab and pull.
And this, same as the other door, seems like it's just wedged. There's no lock, but it just seems.
It's not nicely coming open.
Right.
Okay, that'll bring me my senses back a little bit, and I'll pause for a moment. Patron, we may need your expertise again for a moment.
No, big and dumb.
Can I just? I
He's a big lad.
could just rat into the door. All right, that might help.
Let's not use each other's weapons quite yet.
All right, I'm gonna try to open the door then.
Okay,
Yeah,
make a strength check for me.
17.
Okay, you go up and give it a couple of good, decent tugs, and then one big tug, and it opens up.
Be like, I'm not gonna walk in. I'm just gonna look.
Okay. So,
Treasure.
Is there anything shiny?
when you look in this room, it is completely empty. And there's another door that leads further east. Once you pull the door open, you notice that it kind of buckled a little bit, as though it had been broken or something before.
Go inside. I want to go inside and make sure there's not any.
Yeah. Yeah. So looking around, you don't see any. It seems bone dry in here, and there is not a single crate, barrel, chest, anything in here.
Was it a door to the east, or is it?
It's a
just
door.
an opening?
I'm sorry. It's just an opening.
Yeah, I don't know.
Patron, wait. As I step slightly into the doorway and see him start to walk into this room, I look down at the floor, and then I'm going to look up at the ceiling. And do I notice anything?
No.
No holes, no anything like that?
No trap.
Okay, Patron, please.
I'm gonna walk a little bit closer to the opening.
Okay.
And just kind of.
And you do, and you look into the next room. It actually looks exactly the same. Completely empty.
Interesting.
Does Patron actually walk into the room?
I'm like in the entry.
He's like in the opening.
Patron, hold on!
What?
So I'll walk up next to him and I'll again look around, all off like I'm intently looking for things, looking up at the ceiling and floor again.
Make a perception check.
7.
You don't see anything different than you saw in the other room.
I'll pat him on the shoulder, Patron. Please, again.
Walking slowly.
And what are you doing, Brad?
I'm still right next to Sigor.
Okay.
So you're right beside me.
And what's Lucan and Luna doing?
We're in the first room waiting to see what's
Okay.
going on up there.
So you're just going to peek through the.
I'm gonna walk in a little bit.
Okay.
Like maybe like 10 feet.
Okay. So you walk in, and this room is only about 25 feet deep. So you walk about halfway in, and it too is bone dry. Not a single thing in here. Make one more perception check for me, Sigar.
Did I die?
14.
Okay. You do notice footprints so it's stone floor, but very dirty, dust covered with just the occasional root or something kind of growing up out of it. You see imprints of very large feet, not like a large humanoid feet, and it looks like multiple sets of tracks, but they seem to have been here for a long time. And then as you see those, you look back and you actually now notice them through the rest of the rooms as well.
Can me and this footprint become intimate and know one another even better and figure out maybe a little bit more about each other?
Is that a thing you do?
That's a natural man curiosity thing.
So out of character?
No. I'm just like I have no special abilities to discern stuff related to that. I just want to know if maybe it's got 3 feet, it's got 3 toes,
make
8 ripples on the heel.
Make an investigation check.
Okay. Man, that's like a 7.
Hard to say. Some of them are kind of average size of a footprint. Some of them are quite a bit bigger. Some of them are somewhere in between. There aren't any small ones.
I'll bring it to everybody's attention, then I'll be like, "There's something large was here at one time," and I'll just be looking at one of them intently. So I'm assuming they can all look and see it easily.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And when you all look around, you see multiple sets of footprints and tracks. You can't see it quite as clearly as Stagger can, but every now and again you can see an old imprint. But Stagger, you can tell that these have been here for a while.
These wouldn't be giant plant men footprints, would they?
They don't look like plant men footprints.
Well, never mind.
Or do they?
Do any of these feet look like they're like ending at a wall awkwardly?
Yeah,
Great. Good question. Make an investigation check.
That's not good. 15.
Good. So looking around, and you kind of trace around the edges of the walls. You don't feel any like breezes or gusts coming through any cracks in the wall, and none of the footprints actually seem to dead end into a wall or anything. They all seem to pretty much come into the room and leave essentially the same way that you all have.
Okay.
Is this a dead end?
It is, and the rooms itself, they look very, very similar to the other rooms you were in to the north, just completely empty.
Where do the footprints go and turn around at? Do they turn around at a specific point precisely, or is it just like generic?
It's completely random.
I just keep looking at them quizzically, and looking around, wondering what could have been here at one time. Is there a way maybe I could look for, I don't know, some weird gash or rune on the wall or something to show like what these rooms could have been used for? Or could I use my super secret technique and just put my hand on the floor and sense what kind of dungeon I'm in currently?
Sure.
Yeah, hold on. Let me be specific about that.
That's your archaeology feat, right?
That's my historical knowledge ability. So when I enter a ruin or dungeon, I can correctly ascertain its original purpose and determine its builders. In addition, I can determine the monetary value of art objects more than a century old. It's relevant right now.
So looking down and this takes you about 5 minutes to walk around, but you can definitely determine that this room, and probably the other rooms you were in too, were in fact dwarven of nature. The footprints that you see don't match the size of a dwarf's, though. But this place, you don't see any runes on the wall, but you can tell by the architecture and by the craftsmanship, even the fact that you're so deep underground and this room is still pretty well intact, kind of speaks to the craftsmanship of the dwarves.
Does anyone know a lot about dwarves? Looking, Brad?
Nope.
No.
I can just speak the language.
We're definitely in dwarvish ruins of some sort. I'm assuming we're in their storerooms. It just makes no sense what such, now look back at the footprints, large creatures would have been coming in and out for. I'll patron you in the middle of the room right now still?
Yeah, pretty much.
Like the last room?
Middle room.
Oh, you're not going to go to the last room?
The last room.
Okay.
Can I have all of the benefits of being red?
No.
Graduate would be knowledgeable.
Well, if it looks like this is another big empty square, I'll turn around and just start casually walking back out.
Okay. You walk through the rooms, nothing different that you notice. You make it back out into the open cave, and you hear the it's almost a soothing sound of that waterfall kind of hitting the cave, or hitting the pool at the bottom of the cave.
If anything, we found a place we could probably set up camp if need be. We could come back here and easily fortify it. There's only one way in, as far as I can tell.
Yeah.
I suppose I'll turn and wait for everyone to catch up. I don't know if I know Brad came with me, but I don't know where everyone else is.
I'm following out.
Yeah, I am too.
So as you take a moment to kind of look at your surroundings some more, you see the doors that you went into and now have subsequently come back out of. You see the hallway that came in from this spiral staircase, and you still see that additional pathway that leads south.
Did that pool look like the waters were rushing too fast to do anything in as well, or just the river portion?
It looks like pretty quick running water.
Even with when the water, where the base of the water falls fast too.
Yeah. So you could probably pretty safely go up to like the edge of it. As long as you probably. So by your guesstimation, at least, if you weren't to go, jumping in there, it shouldn't be an issue.
As long as I don't jump in there, I won't have an issue.
Right.
Okay.
It's not gonna suck you in from the edge of the.
I'll just turn to the party. Well, I guess I'll if you all don't mind, I'll keep. I plan on just hugging this cavern wall and going to the left, unless someone wants to do something else.
That's fine.
I don't know where we really came into the room since someone wouldn't pick me up properly.
Oh, that way. I'm pointing north to the stairwell.
Oh. I figured we came up some type of stairwell since the thuds.
Oh, we must be at least 60 feet further down than where we were originally on the mine tracks.
Oh.
We're in some deep dwarvish architecture of some sort, with potential large friends and goo. I'll start just walking along the southern cavern wall and heading around.
Okay, so
I'm gonna do it a little alertly too, since I'm walking in unknown stuff. Like I'm not just casually. I'm like kind of like
you're keeping
got
an
the
eye
narrow eyes glancing.
Is it pretty dark?
Yeah, fairly dark. The only light in here is that's being emitted is that from the cavern pool that the waterfall is going into, as well as Lucan. Do you still have your light out, your torch light?
No, but I can.
Well,
Can I carry that and drag bait?
Yeah.
I mean, can I do that and carry drag bait?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so you are continuing further south, and you are doing.
I'm gonna start sneaking around, following him.
Following him.
I'm
What are
just
you doing?
following.
Yeah, I follow.
Okay.
Seeing anything with night vision?
The party continues further. You go into this kind of narrow 5-foot opening where you pretty much have to almost single file through as it squeezes down. But then shortly after, it does actually open back up. Into another decent sized cave, and you see at the end, basically you can see the wall at the far southern part of this pathway, and you see a drop off, and you can hear water rushing, and as you approach the edge, you can look over, and it's about a 10-foot drop, but you see water running to your west, and then when you kind of look over that way, you see
An exit.
the continuation of what looked to be that fast-flowing river coming from the waterfall, and it seems to be flowing to the west, but basically the cavern comes down, and there's only probably about a 6-inch gap between the top of that cave and where the water's rushing into, and it is rushing quite quickly.
What about the east?
So if you walk further to the east, you actually see what you, Sigor, are able to determine is a dwarven-made bridge that spans this river. Because so not only is there the river coming down from the north, there seems to be water flowing in from the east as well.
Well, I do believe we may have finally found the way, as I'll just start walking to it. Finally happy that I see something to lead to a different area.
Right.
I'll do a quick little onesie on that bridge too, make sure there's not like it's Dwarven, so I'm not checking it too intently.
Yeah.
But I just want to make sure I'm not gonna Wile E. Coyote down a hole in the middle of it.
Yeah, so when you go to step on it, it looks completely sturdy.
Okay. Let's cross it.
Okay. When you cross it, you now find yourself, and I'm assuming everybody's kind of following suit.
Autopilot.
Okay. You find yourself in another very large cavern. You can see about 60 feet out. And there's a few things that you notice. The first being, you see, now that you've crossed that bridge, on your left now is hold on.
A number.
Yeah. That's for me.
What is the number?
9.
So you see now on your left is that ledge, 10-foot drop, and that water is running. And then up ahead on the right, to your right, you think you see like an opening with maybe a staircase.
Let's proceed along the chasm path. And I'll look to my right and notice the stairs and kind of mark it in my head, but just keep moving forward.
Okay. So the cavern just keeps going and keeps going, and when you get in front of this opening, you do see, in fact, that it is an actual staircase there.
Okay. Let's pass right by it.
Okay. Continuing further on,
The staircase going up or down?
it is going down.
Further and further.
The cavern narrows once again, and you find yourself looking at a set of stairs that this time they still seem pretty well made, but they are carved into the stone itself. It's not like well, I guess technically all of it was carved out of stone, but this is more just kind of rough hewn.
Are they going up or down?
Up. And then it does a little curve, and you can't see quite what's up.
I'll stop in front of them and kind of just pause for a moment, and then I'll turn around to the group. So this is probably leading more towards the way out. We finally want to try to get out of here. However, you probably all noticed we did pass by some other stairs that go down, and it looks a lot more better carved. As in, there may be something important down that way.
Like gold?
Well, we've already found enough
Or
of that.
magical weapons.
Might be something shiny.
Something shiny that's not gold necessarily.
Shiny?
But shiny.
Maybe something that could create gold.
Shiny.
Magical items.
Could be a dragon.
I wouldn't assume magical items. I'd assume, some
Well, if there's
dwarvish
a dragon,
or
there's
something.
There's gold.
Well, I
And shiny.
mean,
Either way,
And
down or up are
shinies.
options.
I say shinies.
Say while we're down here, we might as well go check it out.
I'll shrug and I'll
Forced to find
walk
out,
past
yeah.
them back towards the staircase we missed.
Okay. So when you go back and circle around to that staircase, you see that it is now a short flight of stone steps that leads down to a wooden door that you can see from standing right at the open. Yeah, so basically you can see that to the right is a door, and the door is standing half open. Now, down at the base of those steps, there is also dark, stagnant water that has pooled up in the small landing down at the bottom of the steps, and in the doorway, presumably filling the room beyond as well, and the area just smells of rot.
This doesn't look as appealing as I thought. Is there a rock nearby? Just random little rock, maybe.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
got a ball bearing.
I'll take the rock and I'll just lob it into the water. Now, does anything look like it moves or anything like that?
The slime, black slime looking thing.
This seems like a bad idea, and tells me we should not explore it. However, my archaeological side of me says we have to, or else.
I think I saw something shiny in there, Brad.
Shiny?
Yeah, in that room.
The unknown is too appealing. It's too damn appealing. I walk down the stairs into the water.
Okay. How tall are you?
I am a height. I am 5'6".
Okay. So once you start wading down to this water, what's that noise? Oh.
I can table second.
once you go down the stairs, you actually notice that the water is actually about 5 feet deep,
Oh God, it's gross.
and it smells. It smells horrible.
I go back up.
Needless to say, I need you to make a Constitution saving
Oh
throw.
no.
I got 10.
Okay. So you're back out of the water now.
Smile.
I shake off. I just start shaking off. That is disgusting, and it smells disgusting, and the unknown is gross.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any way we can we deal with the water? Does anyone have anything to deal with that?
How much water
Perhaps
is
walk
there?
on it, or is there
Lots.
someone can pull a boat out of their pocket, or
Matter of fact, here's a boat.
if it's 5 feet tall, I can't effectively fight or maneuver in that type of environment, so I can't go down there.
I might can destroy some of it.
Really?
I don't know if he can, but Red can.
You're not Redrin.
I don't know what his spells are.
Just use. Does Redrin have a spell that can destroy water?
She sure does.
Okay, so you can use it then.
Patron, if your shield or axe was lit up with the light of 1,000 suns by our friend here, would you go into the water and kick the door open, perhaps just take a quick look in and leave? And also, by the way, I'm not sure, but that water might burn a lot. Like, I felt something grasping at me, but I feel okay. Maybe.
That doesn't feel. Yeah.
Well, you're a big, tough
10
person. I
gallons
figured
isn't
you
a
could
lot of
handle
water,
it.
is it?
I'm not too much taller than that water.
JD. 10 gallons.
It's
isn't
like-
a lot.
Are you like 6'8"?
No, I'm like 6'4". Well, Luke can 6'8".
It's just like chest height. You
I'm
still
6'8".
got your arms about you still.
Well, I'm tall, you guys. I might can go down there.
Yeah, Luke is tall.
Look it, if you will. If you don't have to. This is not peer pressure. This is by choice.
I don't know if Lucan would actually do that or not.
He would probably tell me that it's very dangerous and we probably shouldn't, and
But
then
he'd
I'll
do it anyway.
I'll try to convince him it's more of the unknown and it'll be just a quick peek and take maybe 2 seconds.
You know, I don't think we should do that, you guys. It seems pretty dangerous.
Yes, but it would only take just a moment or just a few seconds to just look inside and simply leave. And with your lit shield, you'll be able to see the whole room. Simply say, "Oh, that wasn't worth it," and we'll leave. Or you'll see the blade of holy might floating in there. And
We could
Well,
throw Brad
water-
on your shoulders.
Wait, this
And
is
light
water.
them
I
up.
have a water god, right? I'm gonna pray to my water god.
Okay, make a religion check.
Look at me. Coming up with creative solutions.
Oh, man.
God is not here today.
Oh, man, that was a low.
Your prayers are met with silence.
Let me find what my plussy is.
5.
Your prayers are met with deafening silence.
Well, it doesn't seem like my god had anything to say, so I don't know, you guys.
We could always just throw Brad on your shoulders. So
or
he
we can throw Brad on your shoulders.
Brad would probably kill me at this point. He would take the advantage of.
I can't say I wouldn't. Guarantee I wouldn't cut him.
you don't have to if you don't want to. Logan. The choice is yours.
I don't want to get Brad hurt, so I won't go.
Patron, same with you.
I
if
mean,
you don't want
I don't
to.
want to get.
I don't want to get myself hurt. Don't trust Brad on my shoulders.
I mean, if you guys want, I can try and go, and then if it gets too bad, I can just Misty step back.
I look her up and down. Is she wearing like robes?
Yes.
I mean, I can swim just because I'm not tall enough. I can wade water.
Is that? I look
you
back at the
swimming?
liquid. Is that actually water?
Yes. It's just stagnant, nasty water.
If you're, yeah, it's gross. If you're willing, sure.
What does this do?
Brad, you're used to that kind of stuff, aren't you?
He wouldn't be able to.
Yeah, I'm not down with going in things where I can't see the bottom. Especially the fact that I'm half the size as Sagor.
Yeah, you're fine.
All you have to do is pull the door open, take a quick peek, and that's that. And look, and if you'll light her up, that'd be ideal.
I mean, I can see without being lit up.
Oh.
Can I use chill touch, and with my skeletal hand, can I just open the door with that?
No, it's not a mage hand.
Oh,
It'd be like mage hand move.
that would have been cool. How far away is the thing?
So if you're standing at the top of the stairs, the door is about a little more than 10 feet away.
Am I on like a platform, so can I like take a running?
You want to do a cannonball into the water?
Well, kind of.
You can do whatever you want. This is D&D.
I don't know what she's thinking, so I have no opinion on the matter at
Yeah.
the moment.
I'm just assuming I assume she's just thinking this in her head. At the
I
moment.
am. I'm trying to figure out what's gonna work best for me.
What would Lucan do?
But I think
Or
she's-
this is Luna.
I'm Luna.
All right.
Does the top part of the door look to be wet as well, or is that dry?
It's you can't really tell. It's like the door is cracked open inward a little bit.
Oh, it's already open.
Yeah, it's cracked open, but the water comes up to about halfway up the door. Actually, a little more than halfway up the door.
Huh. I mean, why don't you want to go in there?
I'm looking at my robes. It's just because it's disgusting, and I can't do anything when I'm in there. To draw my bow, I have to do this at least, and I couldn't do that in the water.
What's the likelihood of there being something shiny?
Extremely low. Like I'm talking decimal percentages.
Hey, yeah, Brad, why don't you go in there? There might be gold in
I
there.
actually think there's a fairly good chance, right, Sigor?
Well, I mean,
There's a bunch of shiny stuff in there, right?
I mean, if one of you can tell me there's at least like a 50% chance of something shiny being in there.
50%. If you want me to be dead honest with you, based on the smell and aftermath of going in the water, there might be dead things in there.
I'm assuming Brad doesn't find a disgusting odor.
No, you just smell it. It smells like a lot of other parts of the jungle that you've lived in.
Okay.
There might be something you can snack on in there too.
I am kind of hungry.
Now, if I'm being honest again, Patron's actually probably not wrong about that.
Alright.
Are you? How tall is Brad?
He's about 4 feet.
Can you swim?
Yeah, I'm assuming a goblin can swim.
Yeah, why
I
not?
mean,
It's
yeah. I mean,
Okay, just be careful. I assume you know what, you probably swum in waters like this before. You know what? By all means. But hey, don't stand there too long if it feels weird. Okay?
okay. I'm gonna.
How far away is the door again?
It's a little more than 10. If you're standing at the top of the steps, it's a little more than 10 feet.
All right, I'm gonna tie you up with a rope just in case.
Oh,
So if you scream,
can you give that to
hopefully-
Sigor? I don't trust you.
No,
You can give it to me.
Yeah, or
my rope.
I'll make sure he gets you out.
I'm gonna grab my rope and tie it to me and give it to Sigor.
Hold on to it. Double safe. That's well thought out.
I'm gonna go up to the water and like put my toe in it.
Okay.
Check the warmness.
It's a little cool. It's a little chilly.
Alright, I'm gonna back up and get a running start and try to make it as close to the door as I can.
Okay. So you get a pretty good running start. You jump down the stairs, land in the water, splash. You submerge yourself for just a second, and you kind of make you swim back up, and you're right at the door.
I'm gonna
Such a big
push it in.
Okay. You open it up, and this room looks very similar to the other storerooms that you were in, except it is filled to the brim, for like 5 feet of water. Your feet are not, you're treading water essentially right now. Your feet are not touching the ground.
Okay.
God bless you.
Excuse me?
Can they see me at all, or just?
No.
All right, I'm
They
gonna
just feel
kind of.
the rope.
I'm gonna tug the rope a little bit.
Okay.
And hope someone pulls me back.
And make a perception check.
13.
Okay. So as you're kind of tugging on the rope, with your dark vision, you can see, 60 feet, at least in black and white. You do see something it looks like there's another room and then a room beyond that. And it looks like there is something back at the end of that room.
Okay.
But you all feel a tug on the rope.
Is it like a constant tug?
It's like a couple of little tugs.
When I feel multi-tugs, I pull back.
And you start feeling yourself pull back.
I'm gonna was it butterfly stroke back with it?
Okay, and you eventually round your way out around the door, and you find yourself back up on the steps.
So
What'd you tug for? You all right?
yeah. I can swim, but I get tired after a minute. So when I got in,
That's really quick.
I wanted to let you all know what I've seen, which looked like similar to the rooms we saw before, but with water.
So nothing.
There was something at the end. Couldn't really see what it was.
Something.
Shiny?
Shiny enough for me to see it. So what I was wondering, if you can throw me as far so I don't have to swim as much to try to go see what shiny is.
I wouldn't be able to throw you very far though, because even if I got down there, I'd only have a foot of me over the water.
Like, get a couple steps down where you're not in the water completely. Maybe like,
Was it more than
30
50
to the
feet
door.
away?
I mean, it's
So I'll uncover this map for you, since you got a pretty good view of it. It was about 40 feet away.
how far do you think you could throw me?
10 feet to the door.
Yeah, you could probably, if you used so I'd make you roll a strength check, an
He would
athletics
be
check,
above my head.
and that would determine how far you would throw him. But I would say even at the lowest, you could toss him about 10 feet, but that would be the lowest.
From the door.
Like if you went down to the door and
Yeah.
threw him, the bare minimum, I mean, he's the goblin. He doesn't weigh much. You could at least throw him 10 feet on your worst roll.
Worst
Unless
case,
you
we can
roll a
pull you
natural
back.
one.
You're not able to swim anymore.
Then I go in the water.
Well, in order to throw him through the door, you'd actually have to go down into the water.
I'd be up to my neck or up to my my chest
Yeah.
in the water.
All right. I guess I'm just gonna go swimming then.
Okay.
Baby.
You'll be fine.
I'm gonna do again. Try to get as much as a running start and jump in.
Okay,
as I
you
can.
do. Sploosh,
I could just
you
throw
go
you in the
underwater.
water.
Quick tugs if you want to be pulled again, Brad.
All right.
And you start swimming in and swimming further and further back. You go all the way to the back, or what do you want to do?
I want to, as far as I guess I can swim without over swimming and drowning myself.
Okay. So you guys both had about 50 feet of rope. You make it to pretty much the entrance of this third room, and you run out of slack on your rope, and you all just feel the rope go taut.
Hang
One
on.
thing you do see, though, when you're in there, is up against this back wall, there is kind of submerged in one of the corners is a skeleton of some sort, and kind of it's almost like attached around it still is kind of this half-rotted leather pouch that's kind of floating on the top of the water.
Is it just at a?
It's just out of your reach.
Hey, quick, timeline onto yours. Quick.
Well,
Why?
I don't think we would know.
You don't really
Yeah, we
know
wouldn't
the situation. At
Could
the
I-
moment.
I thought that it was tight.
Well, it is tight now. Yeah.
Do you not feel it like tugging at you?
Does he want to come back? What kind of tugging am I getting?
Yeah, it's just taut. There's no tugging. It's just a taut. It's just taut.
Just saying he may run out of room?
Yeah, timeline, quick.
Okay. I take hers and I'll tie it to it.
Okay.
We got 50 more.
You feel the slack kind of return to.
Okay.
Back in the game.
I'm gonna make it to that pouch and grab it.
You grab the pouch.
Look around and see if I see.
Looking at the skeleton, it looks like the skeleton of an orc.
Would I somewhat be able to move this skeleton with me a little bit?
Probably.
I'm gonna try.
Okay.
And
Make a strength check for me, or an athletics. Strength or athletics, if one's better.
ooh, 18.
Okay. Yeah. You managed to grab it by the rib cage.
Okay.
And you have one of his ribs, and you're pretty much just
Can-
have this skeleton.
So I'm assuming because I had 2 ropes tied to me.
Yes.
Did I untie, or did he just let go of?
I'm assuming they probably just let go of the one that was taut.
So it's still tied to me.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna use the untied one and tie Mr. Orc to me,
Okay.
and then tug to try to signal back, pull me back, tug.
When I feel the tug again, just start.
Okay. You start. You got the skeleton with you.
Yeah.
So you're all pulling, and eventually you see Brad come through the door, and shortly behind him you see a pretty large skeleton that he's dragging with him. Come around the corner.
Brad, behind you!
Oh no! I brought him with me.
Wait, what?
What?
Well, I found this pouch.
Pouch!
And it was attached to Mr. Skelly over here, and I thought it was rude to leave him in the water.
God.
I put up my bow, and I look at him confused.
You just wanted a snack.
Brad, get out of the water. Give me my rope back.
You brought a corpse with you because you didn't want to leave it behind?
Well, I mean, I wanted, yeah.
He's not dragon bait. We can't just take him with us.
Well, no, I just wanted to get him on land and fully see if there's any meat.
Oh, God.
Oh.
All right, Brad, come on.
I mean, I wasn't trying to tell you guys, but...
Check your pouch when you're done. Just come on up.
Okay, so you managed to pull everything up out of the water, and now you see him dragging the skeleton of an orc up the stairs, and he's dragging it up the stairs very similar to the way that you were being dragged down the stairs previously.
Okay.
And you kind of hear the clunk of the bones kind of rattling, and as you're dragging it up, one of the legs falls off and it just kind of floats in the water.
So is this all bone?
Yeah, pretty much.
Brad notices this.
Yeah.
I just kind of...
You let him float
Let him
off,
go back.
and you let him go, and it kind of sinks back into the water.
Yeah, I'm going to start rummaging through that pack.
Okay. There's some rotted stuff in there. Nothing really super great, except a couple things. There are a couple of corked vials in there that have. One of them has some like very almost bioluminescent blue liquid in it.
Mm-hmm.
The other one has a liquid in it that's almost has a pinkish hue to it.
Oh, you got your shinies after all, Brad.
Yeah, does anyone know what this is?
No. No.
Do I
do
know
not.
what it might be?
Oh, that's right. Luca, you delve in flowers and concoctions, don't
Yeah. Do I know?
So you know about herbs and things like that. You're not sure really what these are. There's multiple types of potions and tinctures that
Huh.
have different types of
I'm not sure
colors
what
to
it
them.
could be.
I'm going to hold on to them.
Okay, you put them in your pouch. So you just add like a blue potion and a pink potion to your inventory.
Okay.
If you're in trouble, Brad, simply drink one in the moment and hope for the best.
That's what I was thinking.
Maybe it'll heal you. Maybe it'll let you jump 80 feet. Maybe it'll kill you. I don't
Make
know.
it disappear.
Yeah, maybe it'll make you invisible. That's correct. So, worth it? Maybe, but thanks for swimming. Do you feel okay?
I mean, I don't... Yeah?
That water was fetid.
I feel clean.
I need you to make a Constitution saving
I feel
throw.
like I had a bath.
I want to go and collect my rope
Oh.
again. Jonathan?
15?
Okay.
I think.
Okay. So yeah, you're able to pull it up out of the water.
17.
Okay.
Math.
Cool.
I'll,
So now you're all standing there at the top of the stairs.
Well-
You, Sigor, and you, Brad, are just soaked at the moment. And
I'll,
you don't smell super great.
can I take 5 minutes to just wring me out?
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, if you all don't mind for just a moment and are not all weird about nudity, as I take off most of my clothes and start wringing out everything.
Okay.
Shake like a
Casting
dog.
prestidigitation, like clean, clean,
Okay.
clean.
Yeah, you kind of are able to wick the water off and stuff like that and kind of dry things out. And after, go ahead.
I'm going to stand next to Patron and shake like a dog.
Okay.
I'm gonna kick him. I'm going to kick him.
Okay,
away.
make an attack roll.
Please be the nat 20. Just strength, right?
What's your armor?
15.
Yeah, I did him.
Okay, so he's shaking kind of so fast. You go to kick him, you just completely whiff, and you almost kind of fall over, but you catch your balance.
I'm gonna walk away. Like nothing happened. Just like dogs do.
Yeah, that just happened.
That actually, yeah, Brad's the dog.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Speaking of dogs.
Brad's my dog.
So once I ring out and she prestidigitations all my clothes, does that kind of give it like a Donnie like smell to it, or it's okay now?
It doesn't
Fresh and
smell
clean?
super great still, but it's dry at least.
Okay, I dress back up.
Okay. And that took about 10 minutes, 15 minutes or so. I'd consider that kind of a short rest if anybody wants to
Hit die.
use hit die while you're doing that.
I'll use one of those.
I have a dog underneath me.
I'll use two of those.
I use 3.
Okay, well, I suppose now that we've solved the downstairs mystery, you've gained some fine liquids, we can proceed to the upstairs now. As I'll turn and I'll start walking towards the upstairs path.
Okay. You find yourself going through the cave. I'm assuming everybody's kind of following? Mm-hmm. Okay. So you go up and around, and you go up the staircase. There's probably about 20 steps that you go up. So you probably rise about 16, 17 feet as it curves around and opens up into another cave here. So standing at the top of the stairs, you hear the rushing water again flowing through the room, and you can see about another 40 feet ahead of you.
This water has to be leading us to an exit, or it wouldn't be going so fast. There has to be another falls or something, as I'm and we're continuing down the chasm path.
Okay. So let me make sure there's anything here. The rest of you, following Sigar, the rock stairs that you're walking up, they climb steeply and turn, and then as you get to the top, they actually descend a little bit into this cavern that's very similar in shape, actually, to the one that you just left. So it's just a bit smaller, though. There's a ledge along the river that continues to the east, and you can see, if you peer around enough, that there is another path that seems to lead to the north, and you can see the end of the cavern, and you see where that river, there's essentially another ledge. This time it's only about 5 feet down to the water, maybe a little less in some places, but the water, the source of it coming down, is very similar to the source that it was leaving in the other area, where the cavern ceiling is very, very low, only about 6 inches above the water. So you can't really tell where the water's coming from.
What's that ledge on the south? Like, look, just glancing in that area. What's that?
The dog, ladybug, stop. It's just another
Ledge, some sort.
another ledge over there.
Huh? I don't see anything out of the way. Anything more path.
So looking in here, you see the rushing river separates you from that other ledge, and then there's the occasional stalagmite that's sticking up from the ground. Some of them larger than. Yeah, the mites are on the floor, that kind of stand all around in the middle. And then there are a couple of fish, actually, that are flopping around on the
That's
ledges.
gotta be a good time that they're fishing here.
Oh,
Says Luna.
Brad.
Oh, I'm running towards one. And I'm just going to poke it with my sword and just kind of...
You going up for the fish?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right, make an attack roll.
Attack that fish. Take him down.
Please, not one. It'd be funny.
6.
So you miss this fish, and you actually flop it back into the water, and you hear it boom, and simultaneously you see the fish come back out of the water, but this time has a tendril wrapped around it, and you see it rip into what looked like a stalagmite actually turns and has a face with horrible jaws.
Run.
And
This is terrible. Where
one
are
of
we?
the other tendrils reaches out towards you and is going to grab you. I need everybody to roll initiative.
Can we just
This
leave
is
Brad?
awful.
Can we just leave Brad? Go on last.
And
What the hell?
Go on last.
we get to play with our Dwarven Forge.
Yeah.
Dwarven Forge, ladies and gentlemen, for your quality tabletop gaming terrain.
Bye, Floor.
Hodgepodge all that together for earlier. This is going to be a little different though.
Can we have a drink break while you are resetting the area?
I'm not actually going to have to reset it.
Just
If
kidding.
you want to grab a drink, you may.
Bringeth the new wine.
Bring it the new wine. Would you like ice?
Yes, please. Fill to the brim, so last.
Filter.
Thank you. Oh, look at this. Oh shit! Why is there water on the battle map? I don't like that.
That's not good. Oh, they're in the water. Ooh.
That's a real figure of that. Wow.
That's kind of creepy. A little bit.
Y'all ran one of those in the other campaign too.
Yeah.
A talking one.
Yeah.
Did we?
Well, no, not. It was that was when I was
before
running.
that. Okay.
He wanted meat. Collect meat.
Close to yourself.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay. So you're telling me you know what this is?
Slightly. I don't know if Sigur does. I don't think he does.
All right. Who rolled a 25 to 20?
Cricket.
Nobody?
High rolling group.
Okay. 19 to 15.
19.
Brad with the hot rolls.
17.
Lucan with the hot rolls. 14 to 10.
14.
Okay, Sigur. 9 to 5.
6.
And 4 to 0.
3.
Yeah, pour it up over there.
Amen.
Okay.
Fill to the brim.
So,
That's
Brad,
requested.
as you're kind of distracted by the tendril that had grabbed that fish, you see it just shove it in its mouth and just chomp down on it. At the same time, one of those tendrils reaches out to you and is going to attempt to grab you. But is going to miss. So that is going to bring us to your turn, Brad. You
Can
managed to
I-
dodge out of the way.
Am I able to swipe at the tentacle that tried to grab me?
He pulled it back.
Okay. I'm gonna move away from him, from right on the ledge. More towards the doorway.
Okay.
I'm going to pull out my bow and shoot it with my bow and say, "That's my fish."
Okay.
And I'm gonna try to aim straight through for its throat.
Okay.
I'm assuming his mouth is open. Of some sort.
It's kind of
The back of his
chomping around.
And that
no
is a 25.
That hits.
Oh wait, I need to be Luke.
That was kind of octopus. This would be like
9 damage.
Okay.
like a plant thing, would it? Nah, that wouldn't be a plant thing.
Blood thing?
No, it is not a plant creature. Okay. Let's see here. Just making sure. Okay. Lucan.
I'm trying to remember all of my spells.
I'm trying to remember my spells. I think I know what I want to cast. Let me make sure.
Everybody look intently at Lucan.
I want to cast Inflict Wounds at a second level spell.
You want to cast what?
Inflict Wounds.
Inflict wounds. All right.
You can't talk that low.
That's fine.
It's really.
You're doing great. Real Lucan would be proud.
Thank you.
Melee spell. This one. Yes. All right.
27 to hit.
That hits.
Perfect.
At third level.
Bear with us, folks. Our normal cleric is out tonight, so we're having to make do. But
I'm
Kira's doing a
doing my best.
Kira's doing a fantastic job. So thank you, Kira.
I said I was doing that at the third level, right?
Yes.
Okay, let me see what that really is.
So just for future reference, Sigor, you will be up next.
I'm
Can I
ready.
just have done that at a second level? I thought that
Yes.
we were.
That's fine.
okay. Okay.
Does it need to make a save or anything?
No.
Okay.
I need some d10s though.
Do you just do it? You don't have to make a roll for it or anything?
I made it 20
Oh,
something.
okay, yeah. All right. Lots of stuff going on here.
I'm just really slow.
So it's going to be Sigor and then Patron. You can just roll 2 d10s like 5 times or however many you need to do it.
I just need one more now.
Here.
That's a lot of wounds. Wow.
That was good.
23 necrotic damage.
Okay.
Lucan's
So
feeling
Lucan's
good.
eyes kind of darken a little bit. Actually, none of you have really seen much of this before.
Probably never will again.
Seems kind of like his back may be against a wall a little bit here, and he's wanting to protect his friends. And as he reaches out, you see, kind of in some of the more lightly flesh-colored areas, you see it kind of darken and the veins go black, and it sort of shrieks out a little bit. And for how much damage?
23.
Okay. All right, Sigor.
Is there enough room to run around Patron?
Yeah, you can actually run through them. You just can't end your turn there.
Well, I will. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Run past Lucan over to this wall spot here. And I am going to cast Fairy Fire right there.
Okay.
So since he'll be within 20 feet of it, it's going to give him a light green hue. And
Okay.
any attacks on it have advantage as long as I'm able to focus.
Okay.
And I'm going to take the dodge action.
Okay. Does that end your turn?
Yes.
Patron.
Is
So it's
there
about a
anywhere-
5-foot drop down into the water,
Okay.
and the water's probably 4 to 5 feet.
Can I reach him from anywhere on the land?
At the moment, no.
What about the backland?
Yeah, if you were able to go over to that other island over
Does
there.
fairy fire affect me?
No, it's only affected. I cast it on that spot,
Okay.
so it doesn't stay there. It's just whatever is in 20 feet of it, it's affected by it. So we don't have to leave that there if you
So
don't
if I
want.
move within 20 feet of that circle,
You
I would
won't
be-
have fairy fire.
I won't. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna misty step behind it,
Okay.
on the land behind it,
I got you.
pretty much right in front of that gold circle. Yeah, right there.
There we
And then
go.
I'm gonna attack it twice.
Okay.
With
And
advantage.
you will have advantage, yeah.
And
So you see Patron kind of enveloped in a cloud
I'm
of
going-
grayish dark smoke and just
away.
appear on the other side.
first one is a 19 to hit.
That does not hit.
Holy shit! Wow. I missed again.
Okay, so you actually do make contact with it, but just the force, you actually feel it's almost like stone. Just about its hide is so hard.
I'm gonna be like, we should probably run.
Step back!
As you shot that behind me, you just lean back. We should probably run.
Step back!
Does that end your turn?
Yeah. 'Cause
Okay.
He knows I'm there now, so I can't move.
Yes, he does know you're there. All right. So You immediately see one of its 4 tendrils whip back around to make a strike against you.
Of course.
And that is going to be a 21 to hit. Okay. So you are going to take.
This was a mistake.
24 bludgeoning damage.
We should really run.
And you are grappled
Oh, great.
as it's wrapped its tendril around you.
Yep.
And it is also going to whip a tendril at you again. Oh, wait, no, you ran away. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see what its range is
Oh, I
here.
died.
Oh no.
This is how I die.
Oh. Okay. It's going to reach at you with a tendril.
Maybe I'm having another piece of your.
Sure.
But it's going to miss again. You managed to dodge out of the way. And the other one is going to come at you, and then one at Luna as well. So, Sigor, that is a 20.
Was that disadvantage? I'm dodging.
Oh, that was not disadvantage.
That might have just saved
He misses you. 24 on you. And you take 21 damage and are grappled as well.
What the fuck?
You still can move. It's basically got you around
Or
21
like
damage?
your torso. 21.
Can't move away, basically.
Let's see here. And then it is going to basically pull you all in. Luna, you go into the water.
Perfect.
You're pretty much right here
on it
already.
anyway, yeah.
But Luna, you are now chest deep in the water. And it actually, how far can it pull people? Oh, it pulls you right up to it, and it is going to bite you, or try to bite you. That's going to be a 17 to hit. Mm-hmm. Okay. That's going to be 15 piercing damage as it sinks its teeth
I'm about
into
to
you.
die.
And that's going to end its turn. That brings us to Luna.
Perfect.
So you're being essentially held by this thing's tendril in the water as it's bitten you.
I would like it to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
It has to be to 16.
It failed.
Perfect. 1, 2. Let's make this an empowered spell also.
What are you doing?
Casting Blight.
Oh.
I need a bunch of D8s. Who's got them?
Here's a D8.
I thought you normally set all your
There's
dice
a
out.
Well, I just need. I need 8 of them. I don't have that many.
I need those back.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just enough. I'll keep that one and that one and that one.
You're using empowered spell.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Uh-huh. That's a one. Okay. This is so good. 10, 20, 30, 46 necrotic damage.
Okay. Now you see your eyes.
I'm mad. This
go-
thing almost killed me
go
already.
Dark, and your eyes actually turn black. Your pupils essentially dilate to the size of your whole eye, and you kind of, even though you're wrapped around your torso, you're able to free your hands up to cast this spell, Blight, on it, and you just see it kind of writhe in pain. The tendrils kind of whip around. It actually kind of whips you around in the water a little bit, whips you around on the land just a bit, and that does how much damage?
46.
Okay.
We hand these to Jonathan, please. Let me see if I've got a bonus action that'll do me any good.
Brad, you're gonna be up next.
Being grappled, can I Misty Step?
Yeah.
I want to Misty Step. I don't want to be right by this person.
Okay.
So here's where I want to go. I can't tell. Can I get to the ledge thing to where it can't get me anymore on the other side?
You're not sure. I mean, you can go as far.
I can
What's
go
the
30
range on
30
Misty Step?
feet.
So you can go pretty much anywhere on the map.
Yeah, I want to go by the ledge thing. So I want to be like kind of peeking out. Nope, the other side. Nope, this way. Forward. Forward.
Like towards.
No, like the corner.
Towards
Over
ours.
here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I want to be like peeking out.
Well, that's not. I think that's just a wall. I don't think because the dwarven.
Yeah. This. Well, the wall kind of ends right here, more or less. So yes,
Okay.
you can go there.
All right, I'll go there.
Does that end your turn?
It does.
Okay. Brad.
So does she still have a tentacle on her or no?
No.
Okay.
The tentacle realizes that it lost what was inside of it. Where did it go?
Which
Find
way
out
is
next
he
week on
looking?
Dragon Ball Z.
His one eye is kind of darting all over the place.
Is it to where I could try to shoot it?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna try to shoot his eyeball.
Okay, you're gonna roll an attack with disadvantage if you're
Okay.
making a called shot.
Probably low. Yeah, real low.
Okay. Your arrow kind of goes flying. Did you want to move, do anything, any bonus actions? Lucan, you're up next, Lucan.
Can I kind of stand right on the other side of the doorway?
Huh?
Can I stand right on the other side of the doorway and peek at him?
Yes.
That's what I'm gonna do. Try to get to where it's gonna be hard for him to grab me.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Dwarven Forge. Best gaming terrain. Alright, does that end your turn?
It does.
Okay. Okay, that brings us to Lucan.
Was anyone here half of their hit points? Less than half? Only me. That's not very fair. I'm gonna have to do it because I'm gonna die if I don't, probably. I'm gonna cure Luna up to half of her hit points.
Okay.
Because 5 times 7. Well, that's not really a good deal. No, just kidding. Fuck.
Poor Kira working double duty today.
I know. Let me look this spell up. I think I can just give 5 points to everybody.
Okay, while you're looking that up, we're gonna move
Lucan
forward.
looks confused.
Sigor.
I'm fairly confident. I heard a loud ching from the end of the cavern, and then I heard someone say, "We should run," earlier. So, trusting my teammates, I'm gonna turn to this doorway and look inside, see Brad, wonder why he's not running as well, and run past him.
Okay.
Turn around and fire through the doorway just to
As
make
you
the-
run, a tentacle is going to whip at you.
Oh, shit, really?
Yeah.
Oh. Wait, is that an opportunity attack?
Yes.
Holy crap. The hell range?
Can I react to that with a Misty Step?
No. I mean, you could Misty Step out of. Well, you have to see. You have to see where you're going, right?
Walk to the doorway. And
So I would say if you wanted to basically walk to where the door is and then Misty Step through the door, you could.
That made no sense if I just did that. Because I wouldn't know be reaching out.
Right.
So if it grabs on me, know that I'm going to minute up Misty Stepping. Let's put it that way. Alright, so let it do its attack then.
Okay. That is a 17.
I'll hit.
Okay. That's going to be 21 damage,
Golly.
and you are grappled.
The
at moment.
moment I feel it tighten.
Okay. You Misty Step.
Okay. So I'll Misty Step and proceed to where I am now, which, does that look like it's tentacle arm? Also, where the hell am I?
you're all the way in the back now.
Yeah, but is there like Did I just run into a pit of spikes? What is this?
That's a great point. I'm glad you said that. So when you run back into this other room, it actually. I can. What it is. So there is the door that you walk through is made of sturdy iron plate. Inside, you see a short passageway with 3 small iron doors set into the western wall. The first 2 are open, but the door at the end of the hall is closed.
Okay.
So, I will reveal it here. There you go.
So after, I guess, booking into that room and feeling safe away from its long, spooky tentacles, I'm gonna fire over Brad's head at this thing, just regular arrow shot.
Okay.
With the goal of just making him uncomfortable. Go ahead and subtract that. And I'm gonna fire 2 too, because this feels serious. The first one is a 23.
That hits.
Okay. Which is gonna do 5 piercing damage. And the second one is gonna be like a 15. Oh, no, that misses.
So your first one finds purchase right inside of its mouth, and you hear it just kind of let out a shriek. The second one hits right next to its eye, but the arrow just kind of tinks off and falls into the water.
I'll just shout out, "Oh, we should probably not be here!" from the echoing of the room.
Yeah. So Patron could probably hear you.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
And I am good.
Okay, Patron, it's your turn.
How far would 30 feet get me to the door?
Can I go?
Oh yeah, Lucan.
Yep.
How much are you damaged? Just really quick, because this is gonna decide what I'm gonna do.
Yeah,
Are you half yet?
You can't-
Less than half? Do I know that?
Would she have seen me get hit?
No.
I mean,
And he's out of. He's
And you're out of
line sight
he's out
too.
of your line of sight at this point.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna cure Luna then, because I know that she's like.
Okay, you'll have to probably walk up a little bit until you can see
I
her.
have to touch her? Fuck. Where's all my spells? Maybe I wasn't ready. Luna's she's just fine. For his turn then, I just want to create the spiritual weapon.
Okay, you create the waterfall weapon. Where do you want to put it?
Right in front of it. What was the one that I would always cast? That was really powerful?
Basically a waterfall, mystical waterfall appears right in front of it. And are you wanting to attack with it? Mm-hmm. Okay. Make an attack roll.
12 plus. This is stupid. Non-natural 20.
Okay, that hits.
I think it's 1d8 plus
It
1.
is.
9.
Okay, this thing, so you channel your energy through this waterfall and pop it right in its eye as it's blinking. And that was how much damage?
9.
Okay. And this thing seems to be shaking a little bit. Okay, that brings us, let's see, we kind of went crazy there. We did Sigar.
Here's me.
We did you.
Brad, right?
We did you. Okay, so it is Patron's turn.
Alright, I want to try and attack the tentacle holding me.
Okay.
Not him, but the actual thing holding me. Hopefully. That is a 18 on that.
That's gonna miss.
That's a 2.
Yeah.
Alright.
It's just moving kind of too wild. It's kind of basically shaking you around a little bit,
Yeah.
kind of dragging you back and forth.
Okay.
He has advantage on that still because you're fairy fire, right?
That's correct.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bright green.
I missed the
hue.
first one still.
Okay.
So the second one, I should hit 3.
That hits.
Okay. So I want to try and
Thank you.
attack it where it'll free me, if that's a thing.
So if you wanted to get free,
Yeah. Like I basically want to try and cut the tentacle.
so if you want to get free, you would actually make a strength athletics check to
Oh.
break free of it if you want to get out of the tentacle.
I didn't know that. Okay. I guess I've already done that though.
I mean, if you want to do that instead, that's fine.
Yeah. I want to
Okay.
do that.
So make a strength athletics check.
Athletics. About the same. 16.
Okay, you actually managed to pull this tentacle off of you, and you are now free.
Okay. So how far would 30 feet of movement speed get me towards the door?
So, if you're
I would have
walking,
to go around it. Yeah.
so if you're walking, going through the water would be difficult terrain.
Okay.
So that's 10, 20, or I'm sorry, yeah, 5, so 10, 20, 30. So you could make it basically just to the edge of the bank.
So I want to do that.
Okay.
And then Misty step through the door.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
And then while I was doing that, I'd be like, Luna, Lucan, we should probably run now. He kind of hurts.
Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, so he's not going to get an attack of opportunity on you. Okay. So is that in your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see. Okay. So this creature is going to see you in the doorway still, and is going to attempt to reach towards you with one of its tentacles. And that is going to be an 18.
Yep.
Okay, so that is going to deal 22 damage. You are grappled, and it is going to pull you.
Can I try to grab
back
Patron?
into the you can. As a reaction, you can. Yeah.
I'm gonna try to grab Patron to hold on.
Make a let's call it a athletics check
Okay. I don't think that.
with disadvantage.
Alrighty. 12.
That's not going to be quite enough to drag him. No, you do kind of.
I was trying to just not go.
Like you're coming with me. So you do manage to grab it onto his armor, but your hand slips, and he pulls you into the water right next to him. He is also going to reach out towards Lucan,
Oh no. This is terrible.
but is going to miss.
Not today.
And he is going to reach out towards Luna
She's about to die.
And she's dead.
and miss.
Oh,
And with
praise
its,
Stagger.
let's see, that's 1, 2, 3. So it's going to reach in the door to try and get you.
How far did
It's
did you put me on my Misty step? Because it would have been 30 feet from wherever I was.
So you're going all the way to the
Yeah, I would have gone all the way. I
Okay.
would have gone as far as I could.
Okay. In that
Get me
case,
outta
it's
here.
going to take a bite at Brad.
Oh, jeez.
Bye, Brad.
And that's going to be a 26.
Oh,
Let
man.
me pull up Cure Wounds.
18.
You're good at math.
And that's going to bite you for
Wait, it's gonna bite you.
17 damage.
Wait,
Okay.
did it bite him twice?
Just
How much?
Oh, the first one was a hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
How much
Alright,
damage?
sorry.
That's a little bit.
Sorry. Okay.
27.
Have you
and
done
as
it
it's
more than once?
as you're like so close to it now, you can see that there is a fair amount of blood on it.
Perfect.
Okay, that's
I'm
going
gonna
to
back
end
here.
its turn, and that will bring us to Luna.
Luna would like to cast Fireball.
Fireball.
Uh-huh. Firebolt? Let me
Oh,
see.
fireball. There's a massive difference
Fireball.
between these two
Fireball. I want to cast Fireball.
things.
Kind of where the circle is. So it's 20 feet, but I want it to be on the edge of it. I don't want to hurt Brad. I just
Okay.
want to hurt it.
Sure.
I'm assuming I'm also probably almost submerged.
Yeah, it's you're
yeah.
kind of sloshing around in this water.
Yelling.
Yeah.
And I want to make this, well, can you roll a dexterity saving throw?
I can.
Empower spell as well. Let me go ahead and do the last one empowered and this one empowered.
That is a 17.
Is it though? Because I'm gonna roll 2 sorcery points and subtract a d4 from that.
Okay.
I should have just rolled all my dice out.
Yeah, you didn't do your ritual tonight.
What happened? You said what? What was it?
17.
You need that too.
I needed a 2. Can I add 2? Can I do 2 more to make it fill? Can I do it again? Well, fuck. Okay. Well, this blows. How many do I get? 86? Can I borrow a d6, Jamie? Threes are I'll have to keep those just in case.
This is your fireball?
So it would have been 28, but it's only half, so 14.
Okay. So you lob a little orb of flame across the waterway and lands on the little ledge on the other side of this river.
Thank you.
And it explodes into this massive explosion. But this creature manages to kind of turn its back to it and withstand the brunt of it.
Can I-
although
well-
it still does look pretty hurt.
While that's happening, I cast it, and in my mind, I want to be running with my movement.
Okay.
As it's like, my back.
Where are
Kinda
you
tingles.
running?
Towards the door, sir. 30 feet. So it's distracted. It doesn't get an opportunity against me. And then I want to...
It is going to get an opportunity attack against you.
It's going to kill me. I go back. And well,
Okay.
fuck.
Yeah, we're right there. We're right there.
Brains.
Could have raised you.
Oh my god.
You didn't hear Patron say runner?
I did, but I've been stuck here. So can I... You can't even miss this. Oh, dang it. Oh,
Valkarok just says kill it already.
I'm-
It's difficult. It's scary.
It's hard.
It's not that easy. Can I, if I Misty Step to the door, will it get an opportunity if I Misty Step and then run? Misty Step to the door, run.
Yes.
Do it the other way.
So no matter what, it gets to attack me. That's not probably gonna die. Is there the ledge there? Can I hide behind the ledge? Is that real?
It is not.
It's a fake ledge.
Yeah, no, it's just, this is, imagine there's just a wall here, pretty much.
Okay, I'm gonna run. I'm gonna Misty Step. Yep, I'm committing.
So you're running,
Run to the door. Misty
There.
Step away. Bloop.
you make it without an opportunity attack.
It didn't. I thought it was gonna attack me no matter what.
You said you were going to Misty Step first and then run.
Running
Whichever
the Misty
one
Steps, you
works.
got it.
Right, yeah, okay.
Well,
okay.
it's not my job to tell you what's going to work. You tell me what you want to do. I just tell you the outcome.
Okay, okay.
Alrighty.
I got the hell out of Dodge.
Brad.
Would I be able to use Nimble Escape to get it out of his grasp? No, won't work that way. Okay, then I'm gonna try to swing at him.
Okay, you do have access to your arms and everything, so
Okay.
you pull out your Dragon Slayer.
Yes, and I'm gonna attack twice.
Okay, and you're close enough to where you could hit it pretty well. So
Do I get advantage because
no,
of his?
no,
No, you
yeah,
get
you
fire,
do get
yeah.
advantage.
Okay.
How long does Fairy Fire last?
It's concentration 10 minutes.
Okay.
So we can't
It's 10 minutes.
Non-nat 20
That
for
hits.
first attack.
roll again.
1 minute. Sorry, 1 minute.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we won't worry about that one. Second attack, 12 or
Bless you.
nat 19.
Thank you.
No, I do believe I get
At 19?
Nat 19? Oh,
well, because I get
It's like 27.
the 19 and 20.
Yeah.
I get a crit.
That's
now.
a crit.
Oh.
So my first
That's
attack's
nice,
normal. My
okay.
second attack
Is a crit.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
So then I attack with the Dragon Slayer.
It's about to be 50 damage.
So the first attack is 11, and the second attack is 18. Is
How
that
do you want to do
Yep.
this?
I think I
Oh, so Brad would like to chop off the tentacle that's holding him
Okay.
and try to scale this thing,
Okay.
jam it in its eye.
Okay. So you do exactly that. This thing's got its tentacle wrapped around you. You pull out your Dragon Slayer. You come straight down across, and just you've managed to find the perfect weak spot in its tentacle, and it falls into the river and almost starts to drag you off with the current of it. But you unwrap it and you quickly scale this thing and just two-hand jam your sword straight down into the eye of this thing, and you just hear it release this and sort of writhe around in the water, splashing everywhere. You all see basically all you see is a lot of movement, water splashing everywhere, and slowly but surely this thing kind of wanders over to the edge and falls to the ground. Its tongue kind of leans out of its mouth, and it is dead. We are now out of initiative.
I can't see Brad, can I?
At the moment now.
When I stabbed the eye and pulled it out, did the eye come with
It didn't come with it now.
Okay.
Huh.
And I meant nat 19, by the way, not nat.
Right.
Whatever.
Patron is dead? Thought that was going to be more of a... Huh.
Definitely looked a lot tougher than it was.
I'll walk out and just kind of be looking down at it. And I guess at that point I'll see Brad in the water.
On top of the monster.
Well, I'm climbing out and going for that tongue.
I'll see Brad climbing
With
on
the
top.
eyeball.
Pray just a little bit right now.
I will say nothing.
At a 4th level, I'm praying.
I'm sawing the tongue off.
I'm just
Okay.
gonna walk out, see Brad doing that, and just.
While you are sawing the tongue off, it does take you quite a while. You can see pretty far down its gullet, and you actually believe you see the reflection of something, like a glint or something
Ooh,
down
I'm calling
further.
I'm calling this, bro.
Okay. So you're crawling into
I'm crawling
into the
into it.
mouth.
Alright,
Okay.
how
You
far
all
do
see you all see this little goblin just wiggle its way down the gullet of
Is he
this.
actually like past the mouth?
Yes.
I'm gonna close the mouth.
Okay. So you go up and just shut the. All of a sudden, it's just dark in there. You do have dark vision,
so
but everything just goes black and white all of a sudden.
What are you doing? What is he and you doing?
I don't know.
What?
I'm assuming you just hear muffled
Patron?
Brad.
That's what that is.
So are you going all the way down?
I'm going for whatever I think I saw.
Okay. So when you make it down to what's presumably its stomach, you see a few things. The first thing that catches your eye are two like emerald green crystals about the size of your fist. As you are kind of turning around inside this, there is an even larger red ruby colored crystal that is about the size of both of my fists. And the last thing you find is quite a fine looking piece of jewelry, some kind of necklace.
Okay. So I'm gonna put the necklace on.
Okay.
And then, are they not too big enough to fit in my pouch?
Yeah, you can fit them in your pouch.
Okay, I'm gonna put them away.
Okay.
For now. Was it 2 emerald?
Yeah, you found two emeralds and a ruby, and then some sort of necklace.
Wear the necklace. Okay, can Brad like Hercules cut his way out?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna just try to cut my way out of this thing.
Yeah. Make a. Let's say make a strength check. We'll just see how clean this is.
17.
Yeah. So so you're all kind of standing around this corpse, and all of a sudden you see a sword just poke up out of the top of it and cut its way down, and Brad just.
Big old grin on my face. I just laughed. Big old grin.
Did you find what you were looking for, Brad?
Did you see my bling? And I point to my net.
Wait, what? Where'd you get that from? You went into its stomach.
Well, I mean, it was shiny. And I pull out the 2 emeralds and the ruby. And I found these too.
Well, I'll be damned.
I like your necklace.
Thank you.
Well, that's treasure well earned, Brad. I don't think anyone will argue with you on that one. It's all yours.
So, looking at the necklace now that you're out in the open, and when you're looking at it, it's like kind of a gold chain that comes around, and there's a red ruby pendant on it, almost in the shape of a heart, and there are 2 golden hands holding this heart.
Is it all gunked up?
A little bit.
Can I go towards the water and try to...
Yeah, you wash it off, and it washes right off, actually.
Does it look like there's anything magical about the necklace?
Make an Arcana check.
Okay. 19.
Yes, there is something magical about the necklace.
Hey, Brad.
Mm-hmm.
I know you like your necklace, but I mean, I'm a girl and I like your necklace too. How would you feel about trading it for some gold?
Well, how much gold are we talking?
I mean, I got a lot. How much you want?
A fine necklace like this looks like to be at least worth 5 pieces of gold.
You know what? Because I like you, I'll add a 0 on the back of that, and I'll give you 50 gold.
I just see money on my eyeballs and money signs.
Just throw them.
And I give you the necklace.
And I give you 50 gold.
Okay.
Okay.
Pleasure doing business with you.
So upon closer look at this necklace, you are able to determine that yes, it is in fact a pair of golden hands holding a heart.
Okay.
Has it been 10 minutes yet?
Yeah, we'll say it's been about 10 minutes. Sigor, Patron, I guess Luna, you came. Did y'all walk back?
Yeah, we're all
Okay,
outside.
all right.
I shut them out, so I was like,
Yeah, okay, yeah.
As soon as everyone was done doing stuff, I was gonna walk back in the jail cells? ?
So it's hard to say if it's jail cells or not, but there is. So looking in each of these doors, yeah, the rooms are very small. Possibly, yeah, it could have been some sort of jail cell, and then that third door is closed.
I heal everyone for 28 damage, or 28 points.
Awesome. I'm back at max. My blood keeps spilling and then just creates 3 times as fast than it normally would, or something. Healing magic. Alright, after feeling refreshed finally, now I will walk back into those rooms and I will look in each block and determine if it's worth looking harder.
Okay. You don't see anything in either of the rooms.
I'm gonna walk back to the third one then. Is it like totally walled up?
Yeah, it's. I mean, you can check the door. The door is closed.
It's not see-through chain, or okay. I'll check the door.
Okay. It does seem to be locked.
Does anyone have a lockpick kit?
I'll walk in there too.
No?
Figure it out.
No.
I do.
You do. Wait, really?
Wait.
I have thieves' tools, right? That'll do it.
Are you good with them?
She's not proficient with them, but she has them.
I just have them.
I could try it if you'd like, or you could, for whatever reason you have them, use them as well. Do you consider yourself of the finesse type?
Maybe.
Well, there's a locked door here if you want to try.
I mean, I'll give her a old college try.
Just know if you mess up, there might not be any more chances.
The rest of you, while you're looking at that, while you two are talking, the rest of you can make a perception check.
Are you good at it? Because if you're good at it, then you can just use mine.
I've never used these tools before.
16.
2.
You see a ring of keys laying on the floor in the hallway.
Pick them up. And just while they're talking, I walk up to the door and just start sticking
If you
keys
want,
and
I
trying
can
to open
try
them.
it.
Wait,
You get
what?
to the third key and it just.
Hey, look. It's open.
Oh,
I walk in.
I guess we don't need these after all.
I'm glad to know you have them, though. That's...
I walk in and start looking around.
Okay. This room is certainly more interesting than the last.
Lucan has
although
dragon bait.
you don't.
Wanted to put that up.
Dragon bait's still laying on the floor, multiple rooms back.
No, Lucan's had dragon bait.
As far as the last thing you told me, you all set him on the ground.
I know. We can roll back the tape. Roll back the footage. It's been on my mind.
Okay. All right. We'll go with
Jay's
it.
gonna roll back the tape. You'll see. I didn't put it
That's
down.
fine. You've got dragon bait.
I can go back. Lucan can go back and get him if you want.
It's fine. It's fine. Okay, so when you open the door, you see a couple of things. The first thing you notice is that the back wall, even though it doesn't really show it on the map, the back wall is actually blown out. And there's a hole in the back of the wall. The other thing that you see is the skeletal remains of a dwarf in this rusted plate armor. One thing you notice, Sigor, looking at it, is most of the armor is rusted, but it also has a set of kind of these bracers on it. And on the bracers is kind of the visage, the face of an elf, and there are 4 or 5 arrows behind the elf's head on each of these bracers.
Oh. Well, this fellow looks like he may have been an archer. Huh. I walk up to the skeleton and I'll kneel down. I'll give him another once over.
Mm-hmm.
And those bracers look rotted too?
Nope, they actually look in pretty good condition.
I kind of eye him warily a bit, but that also, then suddenly I remember, oh, well, maybe there's something like unique or magical about them. Then if they're not in actually rotten condition, how would they last this long? So I'll grab them without even thinking about it.
Okay, yeah, you're able to kind of untie them and you have them now.
You said there's arrows on its back?
So what it is, the bracers.
Oh, it's on design.
It's like inscribed on the bracers, yeah.
I guess I'll start lacing them up. Well, if you guys don't mind, these actually they look really nice.
And they fit pretty well, actually.
Would that be like an AC or something?
Hard to say right now. You might have to spend some time looking at them.
Okay.
Same with that necklace.
Oh, I plan to. I'm very excited.
Okay. So now you are all standing in this small cell, but there is a hole in the back of the wall. And now looking into it, it does look as though it leads to a narrow passage.
I'll glance at everyone again. Is everyone good to go after our tentacle battle? Everyone fine?
I'm gonna start crawling through the hole.
Yep.
Lead the way, Brad.
Okay, so you go in first. So as you go in, it's very noticeable that only one of you can fit through at a time, just in a line, pretty much. The tunnel seems to ascend as you go, and it takes you about 15 minutes to go through this tight corridor. Some of it's even tight for Luna, so that even the larger of you, Patron and Lucan, are kind of struggling to, kind of
Dragon
fit
Bait's
through
just getting
some.
torn apart.
And Dragon Bait is having a very rough go of it right now. So it takes you about 15 minutes to climb through, but once you reach the end, it opens up and you find yourself standing in a large tunnel with a minecart track.
Oh no.
Fuck, are we back here?
I look
again?
left and right. Does it just go on and on?
Yes,
Oh no.
Is there a minecart anywhere?
there is not.
I'll walk to a nearby wall and just kind of sit for a moment.
I want to pray to my God. God, where do I go? What do I do?
Does it feel like it's been a long time, like 12 hours or 8 hours? Or,
Lady Newman.
does it feel like we should get to resting? Am I tired?
Yeah, pretty close.
Okay. You need a prayer. You pray.
Okay, so you can take about, or you want to just take a few minutes, pretty much.
I'm thinking whether or not we should long rest at this
Okay.
point. Like I don't want to go fatigue mode. Like if I'm feeling that tired.
Okay. So, as you're sitting down, you're wanting to pray, Lucan?
Yeah.
Okay. So you kind of kneel down and pray. I guess, what are the other two of you wanting to do?
Praise be.
I'll sit by Segor.
Okay. Brad comes up and sits next to you.
Just gonna
We
wander
seem to be
around.
lost, my friend.
Well, if you're lost, I'm lost.
The other thing that you notice now that you're kind of sitting in this tunnel is the stifling heat that hits you when you're standing in this tunnel. It hits you essentially as soon as you walked out of that passageway, but it didn't really occur to you until now that it's much warmer here than it was A, in the cave, and B, in the tunnels leading into that cave that you've just emerged from.
Can we sense where that heat's coming from? Did it hit us from the right or left?
From the right. Because although it's not as overwhelming as being back in the jungle, nor as humid, but it's definitely hotter than the other areas.
I stand back up and I feel that to the right. I guess I'll just say I think I know where we need to go now, and I'll start like power walking that direction.
Okay. So,
right. Are you sure?
The rest is off.
I'm gonna scurry
More
my feet.
resting. Okay. Okay. So you continue that way, and you go for about an hour and a half, and you're still going, although it's getting hotter and hotter and hotter as you continue.
Never welcomed the heat so much.
This might be a sign finally.
Do we continue on?
After an hour and a half, it's still just as dark, just
Yeah.
as warm.
Mm-hmm. A little warmer, but
I'm feeling real fucking tired now.
yeah.
Okay, maybe I thought we were close, but we should set up camp right here for the night. I think maybe I look up at the ceiling. Maybe watch out for spiders and cracks and worms and whatnot.
Acid ooze.
Yes, indeed. I look for the most crackless area in the vicinity.
Okay.
That's where I want to set. I'm going to start just prepping a camp.
Okay. You set up your little tent and everything like that. What does the rest of you do?
I'm gonna throw my tent up too.
Okay.
I help.
Okay. You all set up your camps. Are you doing a watch, or are we just going?
No, we should
man mode?
definitely. I'm normally not on board with this, but I really want to do a watch this time.
Okay.
I'd also like to spend some time studying my new little bracers.
I want to look at my necklace.
Okay. So we're going for a long rest. Okay. Who's doing the watch?
I will do the first 2 hours if we take a 10-hour rest.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll do the second.
I'll do the last one.
Okay.
Throw me in there in the middle somewhere.
Okay.
And look at you.
So the time passes. 10 hours pass, and it's uneventful. Nothing tries to attack you.
Spiders.
You get all your health back.
I'll do the side.
You get all your spell slots. You are back to full, fresh and full health.
Sword sharp points back. Oh man, this is beautiful.
You wake up feeling fairly refreshed. It's still hot. What are we doing now that we're up?
It was like Best Buy.
Did I learn anything through the night about what I'm wearing?
Yes, you did. Actually, both of you did.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
Hey! Oh wow! If that ain't on point. Huh. Cool.
What'd Santa bring you?
I got bracers of archery. So anytime.
Oh, Luna's like G'd out over there with magic items.
Yeah, I know. She wants them all.
Gotta catch them all.
If I didn't have proficiency with longbow and shortbow, I definitely do now. And also, all my ranged attacks do 2 more damage with such types of weapons. So I just got 2 damage forever.
Loot.
That's badass.
What'd you get?
I don't know how to pronounce the first word.
Correct.
A wound closure.
What
While
did
you
do
wear
that?
this pendant, you stabilize whenever you are dying at the start of your turn. So that's kind of like my fancy skin I got from the snake person,
Which you still have.
which I still have. In addition, this is the cool part, everybody. Whenever you roll a hit die to regain hit points, double the number of hit points it restores. I roll a lot of 2s, so this means a lot to me.
Can't believe you found that in the stomach. We should put you in more enemies when we kill them.
Hey, Brad.
Maybe
Since you gave me
4.
this cool necklace, if you end up wanting to borrow my boots, just let me know, okay?
Ooh, the boots with the fly?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Just let me know, okay?
Alright, I got you.
I imagine,
He'd have to attune to them.
imagine we were like the same size. We're kind of, because you're kind of short, but just let me know. We
Okay.
can just switch out.
Okay.
But you have to look at them and really, really focus for like 8 hours
Oh,
to learn it.
oh. I don't know if I can focus for 8 minutes.
Well, I'm just telling you, if that's what you want to do, that's what you got to do. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So, we kind of eating rations, getting ready for the day or night or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I'm erasing all that I can erase on all these papers.
I'm gonna say a lot of my berries have spoiled by now, so I'm gonna lose like, we'll say, I don't know, 6 rations. I
Yeah.
had 16.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll go down to like 8. I've got crackers.
Yeah. Club crackers. Okay.
I imagine dino rations are expired.
Yes.
Like those are a big old 0.
So what are we doing now?
Pack it up, camp. We're gonna move out towards the beat the heat some more.
Okay. So you continue the travel down this this mine cart
Watch it be
tunnel.
lava. Just you found the
Got
lava.
dragon bait. I mean,
Hey guys, I got dragon bait. It's okay. I got it.
Okay. So continuing down, you travel for about another 2 hours, and it does get hotter and hotter as you go. Now, after up until about that last hour of travel, the darkness that filled those tunnels slowly starts to fill with a pale orange light. The light is hazy. It's almost as though a thin veil of smoke kind of clouds the room. Another 10 minutes of walking, and you see an opening at the end of the tunnel. It looks to open up into a larger cavern. This also seems to be the origin of this orange light.
You said it's orange light? Mm-hmm. My confidence of us getting out of this tunnel is now turned into unwariness. Saying is this doesn't look like sunlight. So, folks, we may be walking into something a little different than what I expected. So, on guard as always, as I proceed towards the open chasm.
Okay. So,
Surely it's not a dragon.
hearing him say this, I would like to cast Mage Armor on myself.
okay.
I get a little
You
bit.
see, you see this shimmer of kind of clear, prismatic energy go across Luna's entire being as she kind of readies for whatever may be ahead.
Trying real hard.
So, continuing ahead, the tracks keep going, and eventually they split into 2 directions. There are so
This will just cry. You want to be out of
here. It's what a berry dragon bait.
So, when you kind of continue, there's a few things you notice. One is that there are 2 openings on the left side of the left track. And then there's another track that seems to veer off to the right. The track on the left-hand side also just continues to go straight, and that seems to be the origin of the orange light. What do you do?
Sigor.
So just so everyone knows, my character flaw is that whenever I'm taking a path, no matter what, something in my mind compels me to a psychotic level to always choose the left path.
Oh no.
So without even skipping a beat and ignoring the right completely, I continue along the track. I also look into the left little chasm while continuing on the track.
Okay. So when you get to the first chasm on the left-hand side, looking in, you notice that there are multiple cages in this room.
Ooh.
Empty cages, fairly large too, and there are a couple of wooden stakes in the ground with kind of steel. Lady, no ma'am.
Ready, come here.
With steel kind of a steel crossbar across it with chains and manacles hanging from them in that first one.
How odd. Are we actually in there? Can I go in?
Yeah.
Just go in and kind of do a quick glance. This looks to be like some sort of... They kept prisoners here? How odd. This is... I look closer. We're still looking at dwarvish stuff here?
Yeah, mostly.
Okay. And there's no...
But some of it looks crudely fashioned.
Crudely fashioned?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
This looks like my bedroom.
Are there any deep footprints in here, anything such? Or...
Nope.
I'll walk back out past folks and I'll go to the next one then.
Okay. Walking out of that one and into the next one. This one is a little smaller.
Another player has joined. She was sitting. Lady, hey.
So walking into this room, you see a couple of iron cages and a few iron posts coming out of the ground as well, just like in the first one. But in this room, attached to 2 of these posts, are a pair of extremely pale dwarves. Both of them are gagged and blindfolded. You see multiple cuts and bruises across their bodies as you approach.
I'll look back at everyone for a second. I'll give kind of the chill motion. And I'll motion for Lucan to come in with me.
Okay.
And I'll just go up to one of them and I'll just say quietly, I'm not going to...
Ah! Ah! It's like almost like it hurt him to yell.
Who are you? I'm not your enemy. I'm here to help. Just stay calm. I don't know what's further down these tracks. I'm going to free you and heal you. If you stay calm.
You can't free me.
What?
And he kind of shakes his manacles. And so, like, looking at him, now that you're very close, both of these dwarves, just their skin is completely dried out and cracked. They look emaciated. You see ribs. The other one has not moved a muscle since you've walked in here.
He's probably dead.
I'll take off his blindfold. He has a gag, you said?
Mm-hmm.
I'll take the gag out too. And I'm motioning for Lucan to give him a little boost.
Well,
Give him an immune system boost.
that one did not have a gag. The other one has the gag.
I got you. Well, I'll just take this one's blindfold off.
Okay.
And then
He kind of.
give him the heals. Give him the juice.
So, make a perception check for me.
This isn't
18.
Okay. So another couple things you notice is that on his left hand, pretty much all of his fingernails are missing. And there also seems to be something strange about the manacles he's been chained up to.
Oh wow. While Lucan's doing whatever he's doing, then I'll talk to him a little bit.
He looks at you before you can say anything. Don't go to the Wermhort mine. There's a dragon.
Oh, it's dead. We killed it.
Yeah.
Kill the dragon.
Yes. We may have found one of your friends slumped against a tree. He had battled this before, but escaped, but died on a hill somewhere. And we decided he left a little diary note, and we came here to check it out.
You've came to a terrible place.
It sucks a bit, yes, but
I cured him for 10.
Okay. And he kind of seems to perk up a little bit, but he still seems, completely emaciated, exhausted. Probably hasn't slept for God knows how long.
Sorry, Sigor. I just healed him. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're good. Master Dwarf, I'm Sigor Hellholm. These are my companions. We're adventurers here to checking out the jungles, and we literally on a whim came here. So who are you?
You're not very smart people, are you?
We're not the ones chained up.
Well, we got these though. So
He gives you. He looks and sees you, and almost instinctively, like with what strength he has, tries to lunge forward. But the chains just stop him. But
Brad's okay.
I'm gonna smack Brad on the back of his head. Stop that.
Brad's okay. He's fine. He's fine. He's fine. I say in Dwarvish. He's fine.
what are you doing here?
that note we found, the diary or letter or whatever from one of your people said they had hoped to end this dragon, and we assumed we'd find some sort of powerful artifacts or something here to help us with our true quest in these jungles.
Not many powerful artifacts here. This is the remnants of Hrakamar. And he kind of barely.
Do you have? Would you feel comfortable if I gave you more water, or would you? I'll take out my little, whatever you call it, I forget. Little leather pouch that holds water.
Your water skin?
Yeah, and I'll pour him up some.
Okay. So he kind of, is kind of spilling out and everything. He's still very weak. And he says, have you fought the kobolds and the fire newts?
I think we avoided. Did we fight any fire newts? I think we avoided fire newts, didn't we?
I think
We did.
are those the people I killed with fireball?
They own this place.
Well, they aren't doing a good job, because we've killed a lot of kobolds and
This is our mine.
very angry
The
dragon.
fire newts.
No fire. I don't think we've killed any fire newts.
And he kind of looks off, to basically up that way.
Oh. No, we were heading there next.
Yeah.
He says, he kind of looks around, feeling a little better from the cure wounds and from the water, and essentially explains to you that this is the forge of Hrakamar, and it used to be owned and operated by the dwarves, but they had been driven out by volcanic activity, and while they were gone, it was overtaken by fire newts, who now basically control this place.
Why did you come back here?
I have had scouting party. I was captured and brought in here with Laz. I am Malkar.
I look to what I think is Laz, and I'll quickly just do a pulse check on him.
He's been dead for 3 days.
Ugh. Dark. Okay, well, I'm sorry, Malkar? Was it? Malkar.
Stone grist.
Stone-greased Malkar.
Malkar stone grist.
Okay, I'll go with Malkar. Very well. So you said we can't free you. I'm going to examine his manacles for a moment.
They look to be enchanted.
Luna, can you tell me a little bit about these shackles Master Dwarf here's locked up in?
Arcana check.
I mean, I can try.
I thought you were one of those types of people.
As you're looking at it, he says, I can save you the trouble. These shackles are made out of adamantine. We forged it here in Hrakamar.
Oh.
Adamantium.
So how did you remove them?
The only way is with the key.
Who has the key?
The head warlock.
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 Wait, a fire newt? That's a warlock?
Aye,
Are they? You said newt. I thought newts were on like all 4s or all 6s. Are these?
not these ones.
What's a
They're smart.
fire newt?
Can I walk up to him and be like, I've got an idea, and like set my sword on his wrist? To chop
Rad.
off his hand.
Rad. No. No.
As a last
No.
resort, I'd do
No, no.
something as such, but not yet. I believe we could probably handle these fire newts you speak of. I mean, we killed a damn dragon, so it sounds like it's a humanoid newt
It's a newt. It's on
of the fire type.
They're awful, awful creatures.
Worse than dragon?
No, but they do worship it.
I think we'll be okay.
Well, he's a dragon. Would they worship him?
Not a chance. And he goes on to tell you that that basically his scouting party was essentially looking at this forge, waiting for an opportunity to try and come reclaim it. And that's when their party was ambushed in the jungle. But he doesn't believe that they caught his entire party, and that they could still be out in the jungle nearby.
I'm afraid one of your party is for sure dead then. Aside from Laz here. Laszlo. Did you have the note from that dwarven man outside? Or did you? Who had that note?
I think I may have had it in my bag.
Oh.
Did I? I think he got it.
Did it say the name on that note at all? Oh. Well, I'm fairly confident one of your scouting party is dead. I'm sorry about that. But we could try to free you. We're trying to get out of here ourselves, but now that you mentioned this forge and these fire newts, I believe our purpose of coming in here is not quite over. As long as everyone agrees.
Musharib.
So
Do you know someone named Musharib?
So the letter was addressed to Musharib. The person who wrote it only left their initials as HH.
Do you know Musharib? With the person whose letter we found was addressed to that person.
Musharib, yes. He's a wealthy dwarf in Port Nyanzaru.
Yeah, this person, I don't know their name, but it was like HH. Harry Hotter.
Possibly Hugh.
Hugh Hotter.
No.
Oh. Well, he's dead. Whoever Hugh is.
Well, I tell you this. There is treasure here to be had in the forge.
Treasure?
And he just kind of looks away from you.
Anything magical?
He says, I don't know if there is anything magical, but if you could get your hands on the dwarven gauntlet of Hrakamar and get it back to the port, you will be rewarded handsomely.
What's this gauntlet? Why should we do that? We've got a lot on our to-do list.
Previously, the Forge Master of Hrakamar wore it. It was essentially a king's gauntlet.
Is it just like a status symbol? Like, oh, I've got the gauntlet. I'm cool. Watch me snap my finger.
It may not be a big deal to you.
Well,
Or you can leave me here to die.
the first thing is to make sure that you'll be okay. I don't think at least my conscience couldn't remain just leaving a man shackled like this.
I could.
No, you probably could. Patron, certainly your faith wouldn't allow you to do such a thing.
Nope.
Okay, very good. So,
We surely can't leave this guy. He seems innocent.
for what it's worth, we'll free you, and if we find this gauntlet, we'll consider taking it to the dwarf man who lives in Port Nyanzaru, that we have the name of that she has on the letter. But for now, I suppose we have some hunting to do. So,
Find the warlock, kill it, bring the key back here, set me free, and I will lead you out of here.
Is there anything that they're more susceptible to others that you are aware of, kind sir?
Water?
well, they are fire newts, so I assume If anyone has such magics of water and whatnot, those would work, right?
You got magics of fire.
You are fiery.
Well, Lincoln, don't you have a waterfall?
I have a waterfall.
All right. So I guess we'll leave you to it. You keep on hanging in there, and we're gonna go pay a visit to some fire.
I can stay
Do
and
you
watch.
get it?
No.
Hey,
You didn't. I was
No.
being.
We will need your help most likely.
Okay.
did you
Go
guys
eat
get
the
it?
other door.
Get what?
Hanging in there.
Oh yes.
Hanging.
Humor in dark places when we can.
I know what you were gonna do.
Nope.
I'm really looking. It's fine.
I'll walk to the entrance of this room and I'll motion. If everyone can get close to me for just a moment, I have something that may help us. I will. Is everyone getting close to me?
Oh, I was leaning in.
Oh. I'll hold my hand up in the air and I'll envelop everyone around me in an aura and cast Pass Without Trace. A veil of shadows and silence radiates from us now, and we all have a +10 bonus to dexterity stealth checks and can't be
shit.
tracked except by magical means.
Oh, shit.
Nice.
And a creature that receives this bonus leaves behind no tracks or traces of its passage.
Oh, footprints.
We are going to do this like assassins. As I get down and start moving up the track.
Like a hitman?
This will
Okay.
last 1 hour or until I get hit in the face.
So it's +10 till stuff.
That's 10 to test out,
And that is where we're going to end tonight and pick up next Saturday.
Stealthy boys.
Had an exciting night there.
I was ready.
Fought some kind of weird tentacle monster.
yeah. There's the.
Fought some weird kind of slime monster.
That thing I thought was going to destroy us, but it was like a glass cannon, it felt like.
Yeah.
I did a lot
Well-
of damage to it.
Well, it had 20 AC.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the issue.
The giant
Fucking
rock.
wish I had
Rock with
20
teeth. Hit the fleshy bits.
Jonathan, is this yours?
Yes, it is. You can just set it right there. I'll get it. So, with that, we're going to call it a night. Thank you again to everyone who tuned in tonight. We really appreciate it. We will be back again next Saturday, same time, 8 Central Standard Time, continuing our story here. And then throughout the week, we will obviously be streaming some other games here and there. Sigor over there will be streaming quite a bit, as well as our good friend Matt, who is not here with us tonight as he lives in a different state. But with that being said, thank you again for everybody who watched. We actually got a few new followers tonight, so if you were one of those, thank you. And if you enjoy this and you're watching now and want to continue to support us in the future, give us a follow, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.
This wine is super good.
3 a.m. in the morning, and I'm sitting all alone. Nighttime man makes me shiver, I can feel it in my bones. 3 a.m. in the morning, and I'm sitting all alone. Nighttime man makes me shiver.